Are you dealing with a personal injury? Don't go it alone. Turn to the experienced team at Phillips Law Firm. Their attorneys have helped thousands of clients get the compensation they deserve. Call Phillips Law Firm now. Call 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Hey there, everybody. I'm Melvin Robert from the TV show Extra. Every day on our show, we talk to the biggest celebrities and the biggest newsmakers around. We get exclusive details about hookups and breakups, baby news, and the behind-the-scenes info from your favorite TV shows and movies. But we can only fit so much on our show. That's where Extra the Podcast comes in. Listen and follow Extra the Podcast and Odyssey Podcast on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. I don't know what you were doing this weekend, but man, a lot of you were visiting Ed Sheeran, apparently.
Did anyone go? I didn't think so.
No,
I saw a ton of posts on social media. People posted videos and pictures and glowing reviews about Ed Sheeran's performance, mainly at the one at Lumen Field. I didn't hear anyone seeing him at the Paramount.
Probably a cool show to see him at, though. A smaller venue for sure.
Yeah, I don't think any of my friends were going to drop that kind of coin. Oh, no, I don't know. Maybe they did.
Yeah,
Our friend Seattle Skills, I don't know what his real name is, on Instagram was there.
Oh, there you go. Seattle Skills.
That's Jason, and he works at the Paramount.
Well,
so of course he was there.
if you get in, that's the way you get in.
That is
and
the way
he said
to
it
get
was
in.
amazing.
I bet. I love that you're like, I don't know his name. It's the guy that works at the Paramount, my friend
guy.
Jason.
Yeah, go Seattle Skills. Or Jason.
Yeah.
He really dropped a lot of money on that ticket.
He did. He really did.
Well, maybe he did. Who knows? Maybe he didn't. Maybe the employees did not get free tickets.
That would be hilarious. Hey, you guys have to pay to be here.
Right. You helped put this show on, but
yeah, you're going to have to. Okay, now that you set the whole thing up, either you pay us or get out.
Right. This guy doesn't perform for free, and that means you can't just come in here for free.
But you know Ed Sheeran, though. Ed Sheeran also, when he comes to a town, he likes to go to work. It's not just about going on stage and singing songs.
Is he turning this into a Travel Channel show, or is this just for his Instagram? Because he does this in every city that he goes to.
Could be both.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely for Instagram because we see it on Instagram.
Yeah, he visited a Starbucks because, of course, it's Seattle. And he decided, I'm going to be a barista. Of course, I think it was more like, I'm going to act like a barista to promote his new album called Autumn Variations, which actually is pretty good since, of course, the timing is awesome since the pumpkin spice came out. The latte is back again.
I know. I saw Danny already got one the day that it came out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
So was this at the Pike Place one? I wonder which Starbucks did he go to? Did he go to the OG one?
That's a good question. At least in this story, it doesn't say.
It looks like it's somewhere in Pioneer Square, but I don't think it's the main. I don't think it's the original.
I don't think so.
No,
Yeah.
but it looks like it's close to Lumen Field, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. And so, yeah, his album's coming out September 29th, Autumn Variations. And, of course, we have the Autumn Variations Starbucks menu with the pumpkin spice. Seemed like the perfect thing, the perfect mashup. And here's Ed, good old Ed Sheeran, working at Starbucks.
Right, so I'm here in Seattle. I'm going to go into Starbucks and launch the pumpkin spice latte for Autumn Variations. And here we go. If someone says their name, I'm just going to write a completely different name. Can I write your name in it? Sure. Lance, L-A-K-S. Can I just write Brian? Yeah. Right, so that has been my day in Starbucks. How did I do?
You did amazing.
Did I do good?
The perfect reason.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Thanks.
Like she's going to say you stunk.
Yeah, they're not going to say that.
Ed, you stunk. Don't quit your day job.
And, of course, who doesn't love that? Who doesn't love Ed? Isn't that great where you could just go, all right, I'm going to walk into my favorite restaurant, and I'm just going to be loved so much and be able to work behind the counter.
no matter what he wants to do, somebody there knows who he is. So they're going to be like, dude, I know you don't know who this guy is. It sounds like a crazy person, but he's like one of the biggest pop stars in the world right now.
You know how much I love Mod Pizza. I think if I went behind the counter and said, I want to make my own pizza or I want to help people out, they'd be like, sir, we're going to escort you out of here.
Right. So the applications are over there. You're going to have to.
What a charmed life. I mean, obviously, there's going to be a point where people aren't going to remember Ed Sheeran, and he's going to be able to go, you don't understand. I was like one of the biggest things ever.
Yeah, but I don't know. Ed, from what I've heard, is kind of a quirky dude in that, like, even though he's doing these kind of things and using his fame, obviously, to have these fun experiences, but I think that's kind of his vibe. Like, he doesn't seem like someone that's, like, too caught up in being a celebrity. Like, apparently doesn't even have, like, a cell phone at times. In order for people to reach him, they have to email him. Like, he just likes to kind of be in his own little world. But I guess when he goes on tour, I don't blame him. He's probably like, I want to do something fun and different. Like, I don't feel like just showing up to a city and just sitting around a giant stadium waiting to perform.
Yeah, that's what the Instagram generation has done. You know, it gives you a reason to want to go out and do those things, even if you didn't want to, even if you're the kind of person that just wants to sit in the hotel until the time comes. Really, and it's part of your gig now. But it does really serve a person that would love to go out and do stuff like that. You actually have a reason. Like, well, I got an Instagram account. You know, I got TikTok. I really have a reason to go out and do these fun things.
I was trying to think of where else would he go. Like, you know, because it seems like
where would he go? Where would he go?
Okay, thanks for singing, because that's really what we want to hear right
Thank you. Thank you.
But where else in Seattle would be, like, iconic to Seattle? I guess working at the fish market.
Of course.
And everybody does that, so I'm kind of glad he didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think he goes to whatever town he goes to, he does something that seems to be, like, the town thing.
But would it have been more legit? Let me just, would you have given him, I would have given him more credit if he went to a Woods Coffee. You know, like everybody goes to Starbucks. If he went to or a Bigfoot Java or Fuel or something like that, if he went to a place where, wow, he really went deep. He didn't do the corporate Starbucksy thing, but of course he's got to, right?
But the non-Seattle people will be like, oh, you go to Starbucks.
Yeah.
I went to Starbucks. Like, why did you go to Starbucks? Doop-a-doop-a-doo.
That's exactly the impression of his fans that just don't understand. He does what he wants.
I'd be fired up, though, if I pulled up the Bigfoot Java that Ed Sheeran's behind there serving me a coffee until he screws up my order, and then I'd be mad. Like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. If he writes your wrong name on there, calls you Shmeev, you wouldn't be happy about that.
Go back to singing, you schmuck.
Yeah, there you go. It's a great life, though. If he's not crazy about being a celebrity, he still gets to do a lot of fun stuff because he's a celebrity. So that's kind of a nice thing.
So if he goes to Portland, what's he going to do?
Ooh.
Probably work at Voodoo Donuts?
I would hope.
That or the Acropolis.
Yeah, Acropolis.
I feel like the 100%. Acropolis isn't going to... I don't think with his fan base, that's the best place to
the main stage, we have a brand new Ginger that's going to be performing for us.
Brand new Ginger. All right. That would be fun.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be awesome. We got a 5-year-old boy from Seattle who just raised thousands of dollars selling lemonade. Steve's going to tell you all about it. He's got the Migs report for you at 6:20 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
Well informed on the issues of the day? Not this guy. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Migs Report.
Well, thanks, guys. Thanks to Palace Law for giving us the Migs Report today. It's a day to enjoy watching the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It's National Power Rangers Day.
Oh, okay.
I've never watched an episode.
What?
No, it's never been my thing. I like the original, Voltron.
That's fair.
Okay.
What?
I mean, I don't know if Voltron was ever as popular as the Power Rangers, but
it was to me.
You go ahead and continue to champion that.
Characters in various colors that are bright. They all got together to help win things. I don't know.
See, I love the Power Rangers, but only the original Power Rangers from when I was like 10. And it was like those were the OGs, and Kimberly, the Pink Ranger, was my first crush.
Of course. Joey was the Green Ranger.
Oh, yeah, he is.
That's awesome. I was Green Voltron. Let's go, Steve. Let's go, Joe. I knew we had something in common. And it's our love for the color green. BJ.
There you go.
Also, today it's Crackers Over the Keyboard Day. Not crack whores. That's tomorrow. Crackers.
Oh, all right. Well, I don't want to mix those two up.
So if you're a slob, enjoy that. And most importantly today, though, we celebrate the birth of Vicky B. Happy birthday, Vicky Barcelona. Enjoy yourself some crackers over your keyboard and some Power Rangers.
Can I have cake over my keyboard as well?
Sure.
Then I'm happy.
Today's your day. You get all the cakes.
34.
Whoa!
I'm officially in my mid-30s.
No. Yeah. No, not until 35.
Not according to Steve.
I say 36. That's mid-30s.
Okay.
Here we go. I know. You're talking to a guy that will never admit he's ever 50 whenever that day happens.
I'm still in my late 30s, man.
Yeah.
Get with it, BJ, you idiot.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I have a hard time telling people's ages. You know that.
Well, my parents are on the phone. They've had a couple of drinks, but they wanted to wish you a happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear
Vicky.
Happy birthday.
Mom.
Oh, she's off script.
Well, too much Jack Daniels.
We love you. Hope you're having fun.
Oh, you having fun, Vicky?
Are you having fun yet?
I'm having lots of fun.
All right. What do you got planned for today?
So my plan was kind of ruined, so we had to do it yesterday. My parents got me a cake, and my little brother comes up to me yesterday and says, Vicky, is it your birthday today? I'm like, no, tomorrow, buddy. He's like, oh, why did we get you a cake today?
There we go.
And my parents like, well, I guess we're doing cake today.
Thanks, kid.
It was the best.
Awesome.
It was so funny.
Gotta love kids.
Yeah, so probably just dinner with the folks.
That's nice. And no cake.
I mean, we have leftover cake. There's still
Oh, all right. Then cake day.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about this kid from Seattle. He's 5 years old. He didn't ruin Vicky's birthday party or anything along those lines, but he did raise $16,000.
Whoa.
To help the victims over the wildfires that are happening in Hawaii. How cool is that of this kid?
Look at this kid.
And how did he do it? He sold lemonade and popsicles.
Yeah.
In fact, here's the mom and also the kid. His kid's name is Edison, talking about doing this stand and why he did it.
We were in Hawaii last week on the Big Island, and we heard about the fires in Maui. And then on a family walk on Thursday night, he was like, Mom, maybe we can do one of those stands. It took me a minute, and he was like, a lemonade stand, and I could sell food and popsicles.
We're selling popsicles and some toys, sparkling water, suckers.
We were shocked at how generous everybody was. With our matching donations, it becomes $16,500.
That's amazing.
Oh, the parents matched?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Really cool. What a cool kid.
Well, I think that would be a little troublesome for me going, boy, I hope a lot of people don't buy this lemonade. I don't know if I can match this whole thing.
But you start getting nervous, like, you don't want that lemonade.
No.
You should go to the store. The lemonade's better over there.
Yeah.
Kids always have the best ideas, man.
That's true. They do.
I mean, just yesterday, Tatum said we should throw some dried roasted edamame in our salad. And I have to say, it worked out great.
Look at Tatum.
Full of great. And granted, that didn't really help anyone in Hawaii, but it was still a great idea.
It was good for your family, at least. She's starting small.
Dude, how crazy is this? So imagine going somewhere in California. You end up driving by a gentleman's club.
All right.
And outside of that gentleman's club, you see Rage Against the Machine and Audio Slave guitarist Tom Morello performing for everybody.
Just like outside the gentleman's club.
He was celebrating the reopening of the Star Garden Topless Dive Bar in North Hollywood. And why was he doing that? Because apparently they all stopped working until they decided they were going to unionize and become the first ever unionized strip club in the United States. And Tom, big advocate of worker rights and probably a big advocate of naked women, and decided, you know what, I'm going to perform outside of this strip club to celebrate the fact that they're now unionized.
Wow.
And here's the best part. We have audio from one of the news reports talking about this, and you can hear Tom Morello performing a song for everybody.
I say union, you say power, union, power.
Musician Tom Morello of the group Rage Against the Machine leading a celebration of unity. Star Garden Topless Dive Bar in North Hollywood reopening after a lengthy shutdown. The club's strippers walked off the job nearly a year and a half ago. They're returning to work, becoming the nation's only strippers with union representation.
I feel completely incredible. It's so surreal to not only be a member of a union as a stripper, but also to be able to work in a club that is unionized.
If you're wondering what that stripper's name is, that was Velveeta talking.
Ah, Velveeta.
The cheesiest stripper.
Yes.
I have no idea.
That
I just
is
saw
a great
that.
name.
A necklace that says Velveeta on it, and
That's
they even
perfect.
put that on the graphic. It just says Velveeta. Works at the strip club.
That is so awesome.
I say, he should have been like, I say boobies, we say power, booby, power.
Okay, booby power.
I don't know.
Hey, listen, it's a start.
Who am I to tell him how to write songs?
Yeah, I mean, I think he knows how to do that.
He's done okay for himself.
Yeah.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's a unionization for, I never would even thought that they would need it, but apparently they do, and good for them.
Oh, I wasn't even talking about that. I just thought it was cool that Tom Morello was performing outside of a strip club.
Yeah, that was cool, too.
Does he get free lap dances for doing that?
Boy, you know what?
Definitely.
I feel like if, it's Tom Morello, yeah.
You know who deserves some free lap dances?
Yeah.
Your Seattle Mariners.
Yeah, baby.
Your first place Seattle Mariners. What in the... You know what, skis, man? About a month ago, would we even be talking? We're like begging and hoping maybe they can make a run for the wild card spot. And right
10
now,
games back, I think. Then
something like that, man. At one point, they were 50-50, and now they are the hottest team in baseball, just crushing teams, including the Kansas City Royals over the weekend. They swept them, BJ.
Yeah,
beat them yesterday, 3-2. And a massive shout out to this man.
Solo home run hit away center field. Gets him carry. Goodbye. Number 22, RBI number 76.
Home run number 22 for Teoscar Hernandez, and I believe winning us breakfast number 2 for Teoscar Hernandez as well. He's won us 2 breakfasts.
Well, wait, is today the day?
No, but it's 2 days from now.
Yeah, and he is batting 262.
Yes, thank you. I mean,
you're right. So you're right. I mean, there's no way he can affect it. He could go over the next 2 days.
I'm no mathematician, but I feel like we've got this one locked in.
The only chance I have is if he just goes over until Thursday.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's September 1st, we said, right?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Which would be my birthday.
What a great birthday that's going to be.
You're right. Free breakfast on my birthday for you guys from me. That's great.
Also, just crushing it as well. 2 of the hottest players in baseball. The other one, our man, Julio Rodriguez.
Pitcher, here's a drive deep to left. Headed for the pen. Goodbye. Julio. To right shot. Home run number 23 for the big man. 2 more RBIs. He's got 84. Hey now.
Man, people are fired up. You just hear T-Mobile Park. People are just electric over there.
Well, 2 things happened yesterday that I would like to highlight that even though, they got the offense, but 2 things that are the reason I believe the Mariners are where they are was, again, Luis Castillo, great pitching performance.
1 hit, 6 strikeouts, and he retired his last 13 batters yesterday.
And I'm going to highlight one gentleman.
No runs allowed for him.
And I have to mea culpa. One gentleman, part of the 2 that were acquired for Paul Sewald, and that's Dominic Canzone, made an amazing play in right field yesterday. I don't know if you saw that.
I did.
And so the pitching and defense, they are really top notch for the Mariners, and that's why they are where they are. It's great that we've got the hitting, but pitching and defense is what has kept them in even when they were 500, and that's their strong suit.
And how about Andres Munoz at the end of the game, man? Yeah. Last end, of course, so the Royals get a couple runs. It's now 3-2 nil. But are you going to blow this, man? Great performance from Luis Castillo. You got to let him get that W. And Munoz comes in, just shuts them down. And dude. Yeah. It's awesome listening. He strikes out all 3 batters, and just listening to T-Mobile Park after that last strikeout was just awesome to hear.
Looking for solo ownership of first place in the American League West. Andres Munoz, the 0-2 to Messi. Breaking ball got out. The Mariners on first place. 3-2 final. They sweep Kansas City. What a victory.
Thank you to Minnesota for beating Texas yesterday.
Big come-from-behind victory, too.
Yeah.
Texas blew the game.
Yeah, which, again, that's what Texas has been doing, man. Boy, what a collapse for them.
If you ever wondered what the Seahawks would do if they played their backup players against a team that was playing a few of their starters, well, you lose. Yeah. But actually, it was a fun game, even though, you didn't see a lot of the starters for the Seahawks, but they ended up losing to the Packers 19-15. It was right down to the end of the game when they lost it. They had the lead, but it didn't matter.
Your boy did well.
Who's that?
Bobo?
Bobo. I do. Again, another touchdown. More Bobo, baby.
Yeah, people are loving the Bobo, which, I mean, man, what if he becomes a guy and we've got 4 wide receivers once Njigba gets back, man?
I know. That's a good problem to have.
Yeah, it's especially when you got a quarterback that's got the percentage of accuracy that Geno has. Damn, it's good to have 4 people to throw to.
We got to give a shout out to a man that we've had on our show before, and unfortunately he's calling it a day, and that's Jonas Donskoy. He used to play for the Seattle Kraken.
Yeah.
Did not play all of last year. He's been dealing with these concussion issues. He had multiple concussions and just could never get back out there, and has decided, you know what, I'm just going to be done. It's not worth coming back and playing hockey anymore. So one of the great guys on the team. Did a lot of stuff this year with the community. So, like, even though he wasn't playing with the Kraken, he was out meeting fans and doing some cool stuff as well. And he just said, after suffering multiple concussions over my career, I've decided to retire from professional hockey. It's extremely hard to let go of something that you've put your whole life into. But at this point, I know it's the right decision for my own well-being in future. Yeah. And we also have to remember the greatest moment ever. Here I am butchering his name, but no one butchered it worse than Sean Kemp at the draft party back in the day when we first had this team announced.
Who is going to be a new member of the Kraken and disappoint some Avalanche fans?
Oh, man, we took Jonas Donskoy.
Jonas Donskoy.
This is what we got. That's the man.
He's got skills.
Yes.
Yes. He's got skills.
Whoops.
Sounders tied against Minnesota yesterday, 1-1.
Yeah. All right, that's better than not losing, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. We did not lose.
What's going on with them right now?
You know, nothing good.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like we lost like our last 8 games, something like that. That was the first one that we did not lose. However, somehow we're still in 3rd place in the Western Conference, which makes no sense at all whatsoever. But, you know, here
Does that mean we have a bad conference?
Yeah. But, yeah, not good.
Yeah.
Weather, it's going to be good. 77 degrees is going to be our high. It's going to be sunny today thanks to Beacon Plumbing, Heating, Electrical, Septic, and Mechanical for giving us the Mix Report, and that's what's up.
I guess the Mariners are taking all the winning mojo is what's happening.
That's fine.
That could be what's happening.
What, Mariners play the Oakland A's tonight?
See, this is what you've got to do. What they're doing right now is what you got to do because the last week or 2 weeks of the season, it's going to get a little tougher for the Mariners. So if they can take advantage of the first part of September, the rest of August here, and really put some distance, at least whether it be the division or the wild card. That's what you got to do is just pound it. And we didn't even talk about Saturday's game. What was it, 17 run? That was insane.
Dude, that was crazy.
7 home runs. I think they set a record, tied a record or something. I mean, I was watching that game.
15-2.
That's what it was. Yeah. What a launch pad that it was.
That was another good performance from our boy Teoscar Hernandez, I tell you.
Yeah, that was when I knew I'm going to lose this bet. But I am so happy to lose a bet like this because I am the good luck charm. I bet against the Mariners, they win. So you just need me to continue this process.
Yes,
and I will. I will do it for the good of my not for the good of my wallet, but for the good of Mariners fans. Yeah,
he's got like a 6 or something like that game hitting streak, and most of those games he has multiple hits.
Yeah, this is it's fun to watch.
I told you, man, that was a great trade.
I'm very, very, yeah. It's so fun to watch. Rojas is, these guys are playing good defense. Rojas is good out there. Dominic is good out there. And, Munoz is showing us that he can be a closer. Starting to come together, buddy.
Hell yeah.
I'm sorry I doubted. My apologies.
Oh, dude, everybody doubted. I know I'm seeing like some of the sports reporters or some fans are like going at certain sports guys being like, you need to offer an apology for this team. I'm like, well, the team was not playing up to their potential for a very long part of the season. You can't fault people who are, analysts for the team to be like, hey, this is not a good season so far.
Yeah. The only thing that I saw was just how mediocre everybody was except for a couple of teams. That's what I liked about it, is that the Mariners were hanging around, and crazy, the 2 teams that we thought were unbeatable are no longer at the top of their division. Tampa Bay and Texas, who were really the big guys of the league. Who would have thought this? Nobody would have thought this. Nobody would have thought that neither Tampa Bay or Texas would have been in first place. So, really, there's no fans that thought that either, the ones that want the sports people to apologize. Nobody thought that.
You know what's cool? I was just looking at this. I didn't even realize it, that their home and away record are exactly the same. 37-28 on the road, 37-28 at home.
Yeah,
that's a well-balanced team, BJ.
It's a very balanced team. You want to have a winning record at home and a winning record on the road, and that's what they got.
This is the year they're going to do it all, baby.
I know you're very excited. You're very, very excited.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
It would be. I mean, just to get to the World Series, that's never been done. But yeah, it'd be great to win it all.
Okay, that would be nice. Yeah. I mean, beggars can't be choosers.
I really wanted to get past it. Really get past that championship series. Let's get to the World Series.
That would be amazing.
On Friday, Steve, he did get this one right.
What year did Neil Armstrong first walk on the moon?
What year? 1969.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. The moon landing wasn't really the nice part of it. No. You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-803-ROCK. We're playing Beat Me. It's going to do that at 6:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast is brought to you by bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, who's ready to answer your questions about bankruptcy. Travis, is it true that if you filed for bankruptcy once, you can't file again?
Even if you filed bankruptcy before, you can almost certainly file bankruptcy again. Different types of bankruptcies have different time limits between filings. In Chapter 7, full bankruptcy, you can only file Chapter 7 once every 8 years. However, you can almost always file a Chapter 13 case. Chapter 13 cases can be filed immediately following a Chapter 7. They can be filed immediately following a prior Chapter 13 case. Chapter 13 is a reorganization plan, so there will be some type of monthly payment, but it's based on your budget and your ability to afford that payment. So Chapter 13 is an option in almost all cases, even with a prior bankruptcy filing.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Dealing with an accident and injury claim can be overwhelming. Let Phillips Law Firm fight for you. We understand the pain and suffering, and we're here to guide you through. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today for a free case review, or visit justiceforyou.com and let Phillips Law Firm help you on the road to recovery.
Hey there, everybody. I'm Melvin Robert from the TV show Extra. Every day on our show, we talk to the biggest celebrities and the biggest newsmakers around. We get exclusive details about hookups and breakups, baby news, and the behind-the-scenes info from your favorite TV shows and movies. But we can only fit so much on our show. That's where Extra the Podcast comes in. Listen and follow Extra the Podcast and Odyssey Podcast on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
Now I'm going to tell you this right now. Oh, yeah, 99.9 KISW.com. Well, that's the website. This is the... Anyway, here's what I want to tell you at KISW. Lots of folks are already having back-to-school sales telling you to buy school stuff and fall stuff. Not The Rock. The Rock knows we still got summer.
Yes.
We're not getting rid of summer.
Summer never ends here.
That's right. Endless summer. Hey, that's somebody should do an album called that.
Summer Forever.
Yeah. And what we're going to do with this Summer Forever attitude is give you the KISW Summer Tea at the Rock Shop right now. Not back to school. Stay in summer tea. This is a pretty sweet looking tea, as a matter of fact.
Your daughter is rocking it right now.
Oh,
look out!
Yeah. It actually is it might be one of my favorite T-shirts that we've ever done here at The Rock.
Plus, I feel like it looks very fallish, too. It could be a fall shirt.
Oh, look at you. You're right. Actually, it kind of could be.
Yeah, so fall in line and get this shirt.
Oh, you're right. Now I don't know how to feel about this shirt.
It changes everything. It's all in how you look at it.
Is it summer? Is it fall? But it's pretty cool. The new KISW Summer Tea. It's at the Rock Shop now. Go to get it at KISW.com.
Let's play Beat Migs.
It's time to play the game. So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Migs. You're a loser.
Who's ready to beat Migs? I know Jeff from Puyallup is. Jeff, are you there?
I am here.
All right, Steve, now get out.
Goodbye.
For those playing at home, Jeff has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yes.
In Japanese restaurants, horseradish, mustard, and green food coloring make up what paste?
Wasabi.
Yes. The U.S. Postal Service's logo features the head of what bird?
Eagle.
Yes. Someday My Prince Will Come is a song from what Disney movie?
Cinderella, Snow White.
Snow White, yes. What is the name of a group of stars that form an imaginary picture?
Constellation.
Yes. Who is known as the Man of Steel?
Superman.
Yes. The federal agency FDA stands for what?
Federal Drug Administration.
No.
Federal firearms, drugs.
No.
Pass.
In 2021, what female singer was declared a national hero of Barbados?
Rihanna.
Yes. Who is on our $10 bill?
Hamilton.
Yes. What is the sum of the angles of a triangle?
The sum?
Mm-hmm.
90 degrees. 50 degrees.
No.
Quadrilateral. I don't pass.
What is the highest hand in poker?
The royal flush.
Yes. And with that, you get 8 correct.
Jeff really motored through these, man.
He did. Wow, he went really fast.
That's the way to play this game.
I thought he was going to get a perfect 10, to be honest.
Yeah, he got messed up by the FDA.
You're just throwing math and initials, abbreviations at me.
Well, I tell you, I will say this: the abbreviation is probably. I don't think that it should be the same. Like those things in that abbreviation should be 2 separate divisions of our country.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, but what are you going to do? That's what they are.
Steve, are you ready?
Yes. Do it, Steve.
In Japanese restaurants, horseradish, mustard, and green food coloring make up what paste?
Spicy paste?
No.
Spicy paste.
Hoisin.
No.
Hoisin.
No.
I don't know.
What U.S. Postal Service's logo features the head of a bird? Of what bird?
What? FedEx?
No, the U.S. Postal Service's logo features the head of what bird?
Oh, an eagle.
Yes.
Okay.
Someday My Prince Will Come is a song from what Disney movie?
Sleeping Beauty.
No.
Snow White.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is the name of a group of stars that form an imaginary picture?
A constellation.
Yes. Who is known as the Man of Steel?
Superman.
Yes.
Yeah.
The federal agency FDA stands for what?
Food and Drug Administration.
Yes. In 2021, what female singer was declared a national hero of Barbados?
Beyonce?
No.
Lady Gaga.
No.
Adele.
No. Who was on our $10 bill?
Jefferson.
No.
Who's on that? Washington.
No.
Taft.
No. You get 5 correct, which is a loss. 8 to 5.
Nice work, Jeff.
Nice job.
That's a good old South Hill off.
Nice job, Jeff. And Jeff, you can play anytime, buddy, because the way you rapidly went through those questions.
He calls every day.
All right. Well, I wanted to play every day. We have a chance of winning. I mean, believe me, I don't care if he's on every day if I get to win. And by the way, you should have got less right.
Why?
Sarah did what sometimes other people have done when they've hosted this show. That you didn't ask for the question repeated. Therefore, I don't think you should repeat the question. If he hears it wrong and gives wrong answers, you shouldn't help him.
Oh.
With the post office thing, I think Steve would have gone down a hole if he had not heard the question correctly.
I think I did ask to repeat it. I said, what?
Yeah,
that's my way of saying repeat it.
No, I think you have to ask the question.
And then he would have got
I don't.
4 correct, which is still a really big loss.
I agree, but I mean, if it was a close game, I would have gone to the tape and thought, you can't.
No, you can't. It's word economy. I don't have time to say, can you please repeat the question? I just say what, and Sarah knows what I mean by
that's really all right.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Okay.
Has been forever. All of a sudden it's an issue.
Well, it felt like, I don't know if I even heard the what, but if you said what, I'll give it to you.
I might have said, huh? But you know what I mean.
Oh, okay. Now it's, boy, this story is changing very quickly and rapidly.
I don't remember what I
because
said.
you didn't ask. You were just like,
just play your winner song, please.
Okay, thank
Why
you.
are you telling him this?
Just shut him up.
Yeah,
okay,
good
fair.
point. There you go. Good point. I need to preserve the integrity of this game.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
You're going to kick yourself. In Japanese restaurants, horseradish, mustard, and green food coloring make up what paste?
Wasabi.
There we go.
I did not hear that question properly.
What?
I should have said, huh?
You should
Huh?
have.
Oh.
Yeah. And in 2021, a female singer was declared national hero of Barbados, Rihanna. So you were on the right track there.
Yeah, you were close. You were there.
You know, if I had like maybe 10 guesses, I would have gotten that one right.
Maybe.
All right, then.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on losing.
Yeah, good job.
I don't need to be congratulated.
I think you should. Well, you're not the Seattle Mariners, I'll tell you that.
No, not today at least.
Yeah. Sarah, I want you to stay in here because we got some tough news over the weekend.
Oh, no, I already know what you're going to say.
I know. I had to break this to Sarah. She did not know that the star of The Price is Right, Bob Barker, passed away on Saturday of natural causes at 99 years old.
Yeah.
Of course,
I honestly thought he passed away already. I thought it was like one of those like someone's sharing, and I'm not saying it to be disrespectful, but I was like, when I saw the story, I was like, someone's resharing this. I maybe because I know he had some health issues. So
he was the one guy that I knew was still around.
Okay,
and we had him on the show. Great guest back in the day. It probably was 10, maybe 15 years ago. We had him on the show. I can't remember, but it was a while ago. He was on the show, and great interview because of just his life and what he'd done. And he had outlived his wife, but had such a great love for her, and to have to go on. Usually that doesn't happen when the dude outlives the wife. And of course, I saw this joke. And I thought, I'm not going to do it because I on my socials, I did share that he passed away. But I thought, I know that would be funny to be the person to go, hey, he came close as he could to going to, being 100 without going over, which is the Price is Right thing.
I'll be honest, the first person I saw posted, I got a little chuckle out of that.
Me too.
I was like, that's very clever until I realized, 80,000 people had the exact same joke. But like the first time I heard it, I'm like, that's so clever.
Same. I was like, that's brilliant.
I really wish we could have waited a day. Like, like we found out that he passed away, then the next day the joke goes around. I feel like I would have been okay with it.
Yeah, but if you're trying to get that joke out first before the other 80,000, you got to do it as soon as possible.
You're right.
You probably had it in your drafts, just waiting.
Waiting for it to die.
You're probably right.
10 people joke drafts. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, a good writer will have a bunch of drafts ready for everybody who's going to die and all the jokes they have.
I don't disagree, but that's the world we live in. It seems like everyone's just jumping at an opportunity to crack a joke.
I feel like he would have appreciated it too.
I don't know.
I mean, I guess that the Happy Gilmore, Bob Barker, what he did in the Adam Sandler movie showed that he had a good sense of humor, in my opinion. So maybe you're right, Sarah. Maybe he would have appreciated that. I'd like to think so, as opposed to not that he cares now, but
wow.
Look, I don't believe in an afterlife or whatever. I just don't know. I have no clue. But this is one of those times where after the interview we did with him and how much he really loved his wife, I really hope there's a reunion for those two. Like, I don't know where he is, but I hope it's like with her because, you feel like, man, that would be nice. So,
as opposed to being put to work and doing like a game show in the afterlife.
Oh, God, that would be, how horrific would that be? Is that's your afterlife? All right, buddy. It's
The Price is Purgatory.
Yeah, The Price is Purgatory. Back in 2007, Bob Barker told the Today Show how he'd like to be remembered. And again, if you're just tuning in, if you didn't know, if you haven't found out, it was big news, but he passed away on Saturday at 99.
I think I would like to be remembered as a man who loved all living things and did everything that he could to make it a better world for animals. And when he had time, did a lot of television shows, too.
Because the end of every episode, he was like, spay and neuter your pets.
Yep, and he has Drew Carey say that still.
Yeah.
If Drew was thinking about dropping that line anytime soon, he now can't.
Right? Oh, no, never.
No.
Yeah. Well, he may have to. There's a lot of research coming out now that's saying that might not, if you really want to be friendly to your pets, that might not be the nicest thing to do to them.
Who cares about that? It's about keeping Bob Barker's legacy alive, you heartless bastard.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot.
Gosh.
But Bob, at least, his heart was in the right place. He did love animals, and apparently he also loved tequila. And someone found a few interviews from Bob over the years where he references his drink of choice.
I go home and I sit down and I get my head leaning back and get my foot up above my heart, and then I sip tequila and I feel better. I intend to sit on my rocking chair at home with my right hand. I'm going to pet my dog Jessie, and over here in my left hand I'll have a jug of tequila. And my retirement is just going to be beautiful. I'm out on the street chasing a dog with a bottle of tequila in my hand. People are going to say, the old drunk, there he goes again. Get back here, Jesse! The only thing worse is an old man chasing his dog down the street without a bottle of tequila.
Wow. What? If that really was his retirement and somehow he was able to function, man, what a life. So some people having a beverage does just put them in the right place.
I forgot about this. The texter just said, did you guys remember that Bob was from Darrington, Washington, in case you didn't know? I forgot that he's a Washington guy. But yeah, he was from Darrington.
Wow, I didn't know that.
That was way back in the day. I mean, that was 99 years ago.
Jeez.
That he was, I guess, born, right? Born in Washington?
Born in Darrington.
That was before Darrington had streets.
Yeah. Or music festivals.
Yeah. I don't even. Did they even have lights? They didn't even have electricity. Did they have electricity back when Bob was born? I have no idea.
Did they have tequila? That's the question.
They probably had tequila. Of course, the scene I referenced, 1996. Do you feel old? That's when he played that angry version of himself with Adam Sandler on Happy Gilmore. Wow. And he was, of course, the frustrating golfing partner of Happy in a tournament, and the scene erupted into a fight.
I can't believe you're a professional golfer. I think you should be working at the snack bar. You better relax, Bob. There is no way that you could have been as bad at hockey as you are at golf. All right, let's go. Oh! You want a piece of me? I don't want a piece of you. I want the whole thing.
The price is wrong, bitch.
I think you've had enough. No? Now you've had enough, bitch.
That's the best part. Hearing Bob Barker say bitch is like the greatest thing ever.
Good.
It's like the highlight of the entire movie.
That is so awesome. It's a great scene. It is a great scene. And it looks like he knocks Bob out, but instead Bob was just playing possum.
And just Bob just works him.
Wails on him.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so good. Bob. Oh, he's just giving him a roundhouse kick. That's fantastic. Love that, man. Happy Gilmore. Bob Barker, great scene. And, of course, Bob passed away at the age of 99. And very, very sweet man. And also loved his tequila. I did not know how much he loved tequila.
That was news to me today.
Yeah. Wow. Hey, are you having problems at work, relationship issues, or any other random problem where you need some advice? All right. We're here for you. Might even have some tequila. I don't know. Call us. Text us now, 206-803-ROCK. It's Help Wanted. And we're going to do that at 717 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. Is your relationship going sideways?
Have a family issue? Problems with your coworker?
Do you need advice? We're here to help. No problem is too dumb. No dilemma is too silly. This is Help Wanted with BJ and Migs.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Help Wanted is something that we decided needed to be done because get lots of messages and texts and phone calls from listeners needing some advice. And we just thought, wow, listeners on the loose can't contain this. So we created a whole segment called Help Wanted. So relationships, problems at work, anything else. And I know you might go, I don't know, this is too dumb. No, it's not. We are here for you. 206-803-ROCK, the number to call, the number to text.
We have a couple of issues to pick from. A relationship issue, a problem at work issue, or a cell phone issue.
Well, what do you say? We let Danny V pick today?
Oh, pressure's on, Daniel.
I like the cell phone issue.
Oh, good, because that one's the first. That one just came in like minutes ago, so
Nice.
it's the freshest of the three.
Oh, I like it.
Yes. All right. Says Help Wanted. I have an addictive personality. I've been able to quit certain things like smoking and cutting down on my drinking, but there's one habit that I struggle with, and that's my phone. I feel like I have a phone addiction. I'm on it, or if I'm even around family, I feel like I'm disconnected when I don't have it. I was considering getting a smartwatch so I don't have to pull my phone out for every vibration and notification, so it doesn't affect my personal and professional life.
Yeah, I think this person just said it, didn't they? Addictive personality. I like he said, I've been able to cut out cigarette smoking and cut down on my drinking. But if you really are having I don't know. I mean, the addiction's a funny word because I don't know if he just means he's just obsessed or if he actually really does have addictive issues. But the phone can definitely be part of that, man.
I think the phone is like harder than a lot of things. I don't know. For me, it's a constant struggle. And whenever I get that like weekly reminder of how many hours of screen time, and I've been getting it down because that's my goal. It's like, all right, when I get it's like my weekly reevaluation from my cell phone, and I'm like, it's a struggle though because when it's in your pocket or it's near you, just like out of habit, you just want to check it.
Yeah, well, the reason people get addicted, if we want to get into the deep of it, is that you don't want to feel something. That's why people do end up like doing some sort of distractionary behavior because things sometimes get so tough in life, you want a relief from the intense feelings. That's when somebody says, hey, you should have a beverage or you should try this and you'll feel really good, which you do. But then what happens is that you really get addicted to the fact that you don't have to feel anymore. And so when you have those negative, intense feelings and being quiet, being in a group where it's awkward, being around somebody where you really don't have a distraction might be good for you, but who's going to tell you to have to feel and be? And, like you said, he feels disconnected from the world, but in reality, he's not around the people he's maybe supposed to be connected with when he's in their presence. And that's why a lot of retreats will take your phone. They'll go, hey, here's the first thing you do. You're going to do this personal empowerment retreat, some sort of whatever, new age, new thought thing, whatever it might be. They take your phones so that you actually have to feel, you have to be present. You can't be distracted. Even when you go back to your hotel room that you might be staying at, if it's a week-long retreat, they don't want you to do what you normally do, which is pull out the phone and not feel. Alcohol's kind of like that. Cigarettes also a great way to not feel. People would go out for a smoke break because things were getting intense. I mean, that's why cigarettes were so popular. Was it really helped people take the edge off of their lives? I think people realize that cigarettes help people not feel intense emotions as well. I know that
lots of people like putting things in their mouth.
That also, if you didn't have a job at the Acropolis, yes, that was it was a good way then to not have that.
What kind of allegations are you throwing at the fine ladies that work at the Acropolis?
I don't know what you're. Yeah, you're right. This is horrible to say.
I mean, the only thing they put in their mouth are the steak bites.
Yeah, which you can't blame them.
No, they're cheap and delicious.
Yeah, but so it's like, Steve, what did you do before? Say, you and I are old enough to know what life was like before cell phones, and I guess Danny and Vicky too.
I had a pad and a pencil, and I would just write things in it and stare at it obsessively. When the phone finally showed up, I'm like, this is what I've been waiting for my entire life. I've just been wanting something to stare at a lot.
Yeah, I mean that's the question I have, even for a person like myself. I go, what did I do? I guess I had to sort of feel stuff. I guess I had to be in a room with people without looking at something.
See, for me, I think it's sometimes it just helps cure boredom. If I'm somewhere where I'm bored, you pull out the phone and you can just play on the phone. You're like, oh, this is great. I don't mind going shopping or going to this store or doing whatever. I wish I had a cell phone when I was a kid and I had to go shopping with my mom all the time. I would just stare at bras, which is not, shopping for stuff.
I mean, that might have been a treat for a young boy.
Yeah, it could have been. Not when you're going with your mom.
Yeah, that's a tough one. She's not shopping in the area that you might want to shop.
Right. So, I mean, if I had a phone to stare, this isn't helping the person's question. But for me, I know, I try and find things that require me not to use my cell phone. And it helps kind of make me realize, you don't need to be staring at it all the time. Playing hockey has definitely been helpful for that. For an hour and a half, I can't check my phone when you're playing. Maybe if I was on the bench, I could, but I'm playing goalie. I can't. Or wrestling, I'm not checking my phone at all because, I'm kind of busy. And I think that's always been the best way for me to be able to kind of wean myself off of playing on my phone, because it is a thing. I think we're all guilty of it at some point. You just kind of stare at your phone.
I feel like if there's a sense of shame there is when you're on your phone. I hung out with my best friend over the weekend and I didn't look at my phone pretty much at all unless we were looking for directions or whatever.
Really?
Until in the evening, we were both kind of just tired. We spent all day running around and we both just quietly, we just wanted to stare at our phones and look at notifications or see what's going on. And it was this nice, no shame, just we both can look at our phones at the exact same time, maybe talk to each other, but it was a nice reset. And I love the fact that between her and I, there is no shame when it comes to that. We can have our phone time and we can have just me and her time without the phone. I feel like there needs to be more of that acceptance.
Yeah, are you aware? Because I will tell you, Vicky, there are times where you're on your phone and I'm like, Vicky is not aware that right now she's just not even in the room with us. That's the only time I look at that and go, you just fade away. It's and I've gotten used to it, so I don't bother you about it. But it's there goes Vicky. We're in a group. We don't really spend a lot of time together, but Vicky's on the phone.
Oh, and but I'm listening to every single thing that is happening in that.
But
moment.
I don't know that.
No,
I don't know that because you're not paying attention to me. And even if you are, I feel like it's. See, I think do you think of what it is to the other person? I think that's what I'm saying is that you may think you're listening, but we may think, I guess she's not paying attention because she's not really
She has better things to do, so she's playing on her phone.
Sometimes it is whether it is playing on the phone. Sometimes it is checking in on if we're in a group, it's okay, we got a post or whatever. Let's do the Instagrams. But other times, if I feel I'm not in a conversation with people, it's not necessarily my input isn't needed or whatever. Then maybe I will goof off on my phone. But if I feel hey, this is something that requires my full attention, I try to make it a point to put it away.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see that much.
Well, because we don't hang out that much.
And
there's a reason for that.
Yeah, that's why I think it's important with phones, though, man. It's are you aware of what you're doing with other people? He's there with his phone in a group What did you used to do, Steve? Like when you had no phone, what did you do when you had to go, like in those moments, like with shopping with your mom? I think that's what I'm trying to get back to. We didn't have them. What did we do? Did we just stand
suffer in boredom?
Suffer in boredom.
I mean, that's it. Stare at walls, like try and like create little games in your head, like with numbers and letters that you see on the wall. I don't know, like anything to kind of distract you because it was just so. Time was moving so slow.
Do you remember when before pre-cell phones and you would be taking a number 2 and you would have to read the shampoo bottle because there was no cell phone available?
Or read whatever magazine that was in the bathroom.
Reader's Digest.
Yeah.
For like years, my grandparents had readers, like back issues of Reader's Digest.
That our
That's all
TV
we
guide
did.
was ours. It was like I knew exactly what was coming up in the next hour.
I miss those days when you had like good reading material. Because now you have your phone, so there's no reason. There's no reason, especially in somebody else's home, And I never thought about the fact I'm picking up a magazine that somebody else is probably picking up when they're doing what I'm doing. So I never thought about that. It's now you don't even want to touch anything.
Could any of us go an entire week without using their cell phone?
Oh, an entire week?
Hell, you know what? Can any of us go an entire day without using our cell phone?
I would have to go. Do I have access to a computer?
I mean, yes, but not not as easy as a cell phone, of course.
Well, I just need to get maps. MapQuesty kind of stuff. That's the only thing I would go, gosh, I need my phone for that. I need my phone for my map.
I didn't even think about that. You're right.
But otherwise, I think I could be okay. But I do need my phone for my maps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think as long as that it was like a day of like, oh, you don't need to, you're not going to get in trouble for not answering emails or because a lot of times we do have to check things like that. And it's if we don't see those, it's going to be in trouble. So if we could be like guaranteed we're not going to get in trouble, I could do it.
Set up a thing that says like, I'm sorry, I'm away. I'm being challenged to see if I can not use my cell phone for an entire day.
That's fantastic.
I think anyone can relate to that nowadays, sadly.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can help this guy.
Well, he's got
a flip phone.
He's got an addictive personality, so I would just say, dude, this is a bigger question for you, is the idea that can you not just be in a quiet moment? That's what some people are challenged to do. Like, can you sit for an hour, whether it be meditate or whatever, or just not have any distractions so that you can actually feel? That may be the big reason here. That may be bigger than the phone, the drinking, the cigarettes, is that can you just sit and feel and contemplate? And that's tough for people to do.
Let's do that on the air. Let's sit and feel for an hour. I bet our bosses will let us do that. We're going to hear, this is what we want to do for an hour. It's not talk. We just want to sit and feel.
That'd be so weird, but it's never been done. No one's ever had an hour of dead air.
Yeah, right? No commercials, no music.
An hour of meditational bliss.
Mics are on so people could hear us making weird grunting, whatever sounds that you make, cough or whatever.
Yeah, so exactly. You know people are in the room.
Yes.
It's like you would basically be eavesdropping on some of the meditation sessions at some of the retreats I went to.
That'd be the craziest thing if they come back guys, that's the best ratings you've ever had.
Yeah.
Well,
you guys are fantastic. Listeners really love it when you don't do anything.
We just meditate every morning for an hour.
Yeah. All right. Listen, I'm willing to try it.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what? What the heck?
I would love to read the text messages for that hour.
It would be
in my head, of course.
Because people would say, wait, it's not like they're not on the air. We hear them. We hear things moving.
Right.
We hear a cough. We hear a sneeze once in a while.
They're going commercial free for an hour.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But they're not doing anything.
Yeah, we're going everything free for an hour.
Yeah.
Freeing your mind, man.
All right, so I don't think we'll help that person, but let's try and help this next texter.
All right.
Okay, this person says, I have a friend who's dating a great woman, but there's just one problem. Her kid is a total brat. Can the relationship last if you can't stand your significant other's kid? That's what we're talking about.
No.
Yeah, not at all.
Ooh, yeah, because they even said they thought it was a one-off bad day, they said, when they first met, but now he realizes it's not.
Yeah, I don't know how old the kid is either, because here's the problem when you're not used to children. If the kid is a brat, it could very well be because of the age of the kid. Like every kid is a brat at a certain age.
And sometimes it changes in a week. Next thing you know, you're like, wow, last time I saw this kid was insufferably annoying. And now they're actually pretty cool. I've experienced that, with some people, obviously around more kids these days. And I'm like, this kid was a pain in the butt last time I saw him, and now it's like a month or two later, and you're like, he's actually fun to hang around.
I'm not going to mention the person's name on the show, but their child was slightly annoying to me, but then they've gotten better. Not going to say who it was.
Well, considering.
Well, you've only met Tatum once. And she did come in like a rock star that one day. She did. She was very full of herself at that restaurant.
I love how you think there's a lot of children on this show. It doesn't necessarily have to be a child of any age. I could be talking about somebody by the name of Juan, and their child is annoying.
Oh, no.
Hello, it's her birthday.
It's me.
Yeah, she's been annoying for a long time.
Juan doesn't work on this show.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Yes, he's the official gummy supplier.
So therefore, he works.
Sour Patch.
Yeah,
Kids.
I mean, and I say this with all sorts of love. When I first met Danny's child, she was slightly annoying because of just her being a kid, but she's gotten a lot better.
Well, that's fair. She thought you were slightly annoying for being an old man. So
Yeah,
that's all good.
I mean, and look,
You guys had beef? I didn't know this.
there was slight beef.
No
Did you know
idea.
this, Danny?
I have no idea.
No, he didn't know that. I didn't tell her. You don't tell anybody you have slight
What was
beef
your
with a
issue
kid.
with her?
She was just being a kid.
What did she do? She was quiet every time she came in here.
That wasn't in here. It was at my house.
Oh, yeah. She didn't want to talk to him. That's what
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I know. She was very shy, and she was like,
and that's it's slightly annoying. It was slightly annoying for me, but I say this because nobody likes anybody else's kids at different times. No, I don't care who it is. When they're little and they're toddlers, they're growing up. And look, it is not unreasonable for a child to be frightened. And I know what I look like, and so that's why I don't take it out on her. But my point being is that you are not going to like anybody else's kid. And if you have not been with that kid since birth and had the joy of having that kid in your life, that when you do, when it's your kid, because I know my kids were annoying. I'm sure your child is annoying, Steve, at times, especially to people. But
Perfect. I don't know what you're talking about.
But everything you went through to bring her into the world, you're always going to be colored with that filter
Of course.
but everybody else's kid's annoying.
Yes.
And when you get into a relationship with somebody who has a child, that child will be annoying. Now, let's understand that child also is from, I hate to say it this way, a broken home. Whether it was broken from the beginning, or maybe mom and dad split up, and that has an effect on children. And so they might even be a little bit more annoying to you because, mom and dad aren't together, and you got to take that into account if you're going to date a single mom or a single dad. The kid is going to be going through a lot from the split of their parents. It just is a thing.
So then is the relationship really doomed, or is it just going to take a little time and a little patience? Like, yeah, the kid's going to be a brat to you because they're like, who the hell is this dude coming into my mom's life? But maybe over time they realize, I actually like this dude, and he's been really cool to me.
And that is a big part of it,
But you have to
Steve.
be patient.
Yeah, it's a big part of it because you're not the replacement for daddy, even though it looks like you are because mom's got somebody new. Because all kids know is, wait, you're the new daddy because my mommy's being like with you. Yeah, and you have to be patient because the kid isn't going to like you.
So then it's not doomed. It just might take some time.
I think it's doomed. He's writing us. He's done. It's not easy. Look, I tell a lot of people, it is not easy to date somebody who has children. It's not, because that's not you. That's not your kid. That's not what you thought of when you were younger going, I cannot wait when you're in high school. You know what I want? Nobody ever says, I want somebody who's got kids. That's who I want to date. No, you want to date somebody, have a great relationship, get married, have your own family. That's usually what we all think of if we start thinking about our future with, another person. Nobody ever thinks, hey, I want somebody who's got kids. It's just, it doesn't mean that anybody's a bad guy. You just have to have a lot, like Steve said, a lot more patience. And I'm not sure this guy's up for it. It's a big job. It's a long game to be in this person's life. And
yeah, I kind of know how bratty. Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Is it just dismissive, or doesn't want to talk, or is she kicking you in the shin every time you see him, or what? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's a tough one, man. Especially the younger the kid.
You're not my father, and then you throw like pudding at him or something like that. Like, I don't know.
That's the way to handle it.
That's how I did that to my own dad, and he was my father.
Well, and I personally would be like, I like pudding, kid. Just throw it a little higher so it gets in my mouth. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, obviously,
strange road we go down.
Sorry, it's not doomed. But seriously, what would you give it? 20% chance of success. Well, yeah, the way I feel like this is going to be a tough one for him.
Yeah,
none of you are going to go to Vegas and bet on this guy.
I think, I don't know. How strongly do you feel about the person? Are you willing to be patient because you do love that person, that the mom so much that you're willing to be patient with this?
Dude, I was at a.
You gotta communicate that with the mom, though, to let them know, like, look, this is an uphill battle. I want to do it because I care about you, but just so you know, like, your child sucks.
And the problem is,
and hopefully your child will suck less as I get to know them better.
Yeah, and that's a tough conversation.
It is,
because then just telling somebody their child sucks. Really.
Well, you say it a little nicer than
what
that.
would you say? Their child doesn't suck that much, or how do you put that?
Your child's like, just, at times can be a colossal pain in my ass.
Yeah, that's it. That's much better. Yeah.
I say this with love.
Yeah, it's you just have to know that going in. If I were your friend and you told me you were starting to date a single parent, I would have said to you, so here's the challenge. You are going to have a lot of blowback with the kid. It's going to be, so be prepared for that because the kid's not going to like you because that's just the dynamic. I mean, look, I hope it's not true, but in a lot of cases it is because nobody wants their dad or their mom replaced. No kid wants that, especially the younger they are.
Unless you bring them a lot of presents, right? Not how it works.
Well,
maybe you didn't bring Lily enough presents when she came and visited you.
We gave her stuff at the house. We gave her food or drink, didn't we?
Yeah, she doesn't like you.
Yeah. That's the problem. There was nothing I could do.
She seemed to like your son rather quickly.
Yeah. Well, that is the bonus of it all. I wish I could have told her that we're related.
I mean, have you met Joe?
Did you tell her, Joe? Did you put in a good word for me, Joe, with Lily? Because, I mean, I am your father.
Ooh.
No,
I did not. He was too busy eating breadsticks with her.
Yeah. I know. It is pretty ironic that she loves my son.
Obsessed.
Yeah. And I think she's kind of neutral with me. I think she's gone from hate to neutral.
To be fair, my little brother, the first time he met Joe, was obsessed with Joe, too. Like, he looked at him, he's like, I want this guy, and would not leave Joe alone.
Yeah.
So Joe's the kid whisperer.
Have I met your little brother? I don't think
he was little.
Yeah, because I think I wouldn't like him.
No, you really would not. You would hate him.
Yeah. All the stories you tell, that kid would.
He's a little nuts right now, so maybe wait a few years.
I'd be like, this kid needs to be drop kicked into the next time zone.
And kids, BJ's nemesis.
You just don't like lovable, adorable, innocent things.
That's why I'm not in a hurry to get a grandchild, because if that kid's a little bastard, I don't want anything to do with him.
Wow.
Seriously.
I don't think they will be. They'll be precious and adorable.
Yeah.
Every child is a miracle, BJ.
Yeah, they sure are. They're a miracle they're still alive with how lovely they are.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, here's a question for you. Why did a ham sell for $10 million? I'm going to tell you why. It's 7:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Travis, if you're upside down in your mortgage, should you continue to make the payment?
Continuing to pay your mortgage or not is a complex decision because you're going to have to pay to live somewhere. You're going to have a housing payment. So continuing to make your house payment really depends on several factors. One is whether or not you have a second mortgage. The second one is how affordable your ongoing monthly mortgage payment is. Another issue is whether your mortgage is adjustable and you're facing an increase in your mortgage payments later on when interest rates go up. If you do have a second mortgage in this economy with the housing prices being down, oftentimes we can take off or strip off that second mortgage in a Chapter 13 case so that you'd only have the first mortgage to continue to pay.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. And thanks for listening.
Are you dealing with a personal injury? Don't go it alone. Turn to the experienced team at Phillips Law Firm. Their attorneys have helped thousands of clients get the compensation they deserve. Call Phillips Law Firm now. Call 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Hey there, everybody. I'm Melvin Robert from the TV show Extra. Every day on our show, we talk to the biggest celebrities and the biggest newsmakers around. We get exclusive details about hookups and breakups, baby news, and the behind-the-scenes info from your favorite TV shows and movies. But we can only fit so much on our show. That's where Extra the Podcast comes in. Listen and follow Extra the Podcast, an Odyssey podcast on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. I don't think you guys know, but there's a grand champion ham out there, thanks to the Kentucky State Fair. Or the Kentucky Fair.
I like that.
That's how we call it, the Kentucky. I have to tell you, I'm a city folk. So city folk on this. I know, look, we have the Washington State Fair. I get it. It's all
city folks just don't get it.
Dude, it's coming up this weekend. I think it starts, right?
Yeah,
yeah, baby.
Never been.
You got to go.
I know you say that, but it's all the way down in Puyallup.
Well, what I would recommend, it's about 40 or so minutes from your place, right?
Yeah.
I have a perfect record for you to listen to as you go to experience
oh, wow.
the Washington State Fair for the first time. And that would be to experience the music of Pearl Jam's 10 for the first time, which just celebrated an anniversary this weekend of however many years it's been.
32 years.
32 years.
I believe
32 years for 10.
91, yes. So thank you for doing the math because I couldn't this early in the morning.
It's funny. I saw a post about it. That's the only reason I know.
Yeah, it was all over. It's like that and their no code record celebrating anniversary. But yeah, 32 years?
32 years.
What are you waiting for now?
What am I? Oh, that.
And it's been 20-something years since you haven't gone to the fair.
Do the Puyallup and do the 10.
Yes.
All right. Wow. I'll let you know about that, okay?
That typically means no.
Yeah, it does. But the Kentucky State Fair, you might want to go to check out the Grand Champion Ham. How about this? I don't even know what this even means, but the Grand Champion Ham is a thing, and it sold for a record-breaking $10 million. Somebody bought this ham for. All the money going to Kentucky charities, which is a nice thing.
Yeah, see, I'm trying to figure this out. Like, why is this ham so special? Because it's literally just ham.
Yeah.
It's a thing of ham.
It looks like it's a big boy. I'll give it that. But.
Yeah. But apparently, it must just be like something like rich people do just to be like a chance to like raise a crap ton of money for some, and what they're bidding on is ridiculous. But at the end of the day, they're really just bidding to raise a bunch of money because apparently this Kentucky ham auction's been going on forever, and it typically gets over $1 million. In 2022, it got $5 million for that.
And here it is, getting double that, $10 million this year.
What the hell? I want to try this ham.
Yeah, Kelly and Joe Kraft and the Central Bank made a joint bid, both giving $5 million apiece. That was a grand total of 10. So, like you said, Steve, they're just wanting to give money because, I mean, unless they split the ham. Here's the final bid in the auction, plus a woman named Kristen who's representing the Krafts, talking about where the money's going to go.
Now we got this ham sold. $5 million there, $5 million here. Central Bank and Kelly Kraft.
That's going to be $10 million, ain't it? $10 million.
This money will go to build 57 new homes for families that lost everything in the Eastern Kentucky floods. The best feeling is knowing that this $10 million total are going to go to several hundreds of thousands of Kentuckians across this state to really benefit them in times of need.
And then are they eating the ham right now? As I'm seeing, like in the video, they're having a big dinner. Or is it
just a ham dinner that's happening while they're auctioning off this giant piece of ham?
So many questions. So many questions.
It's just straight.
City folks just don't.
I mean, I appreciate them raising a lot of money. I don't know where the tradition comes from. I guess somebody probably did like to take home the winning ham at one point.
Back in 1964, I guess they started this event as a way to drum up business and promote themselves. And then they sold the prize cut of ham for $124. And then I guess it's just become like the place to go for all like the well-off farmers and business leaders and politicians. They all get together and they bid on this piece of ham.
And they do kind of like a competition, it looks like, from people bringing in their own hams, and they have to judge them, weight, size, color, everything, for the prize ham to be the prize ham.
But which one's the prize ham then? Is it the one that wins?
It's the one that wins, and then I'm assuming
good?
I'm assuming the other ones get eaten at the event.
Yeah, this is very interesting. And do you get something or just a ribbon? Like somebody's given $10 million.
There's a ribbon on the ham, so I assume you get a ribbon.
You get that, and then is that it, or do you get some of that money?
No.
I mean,
no, that money's going to charity.
Yeah, it's like the way, I mean, they do all the crazy, big squashes and pumpkins.
And nobody gets money for that, huh?
No, it's just the blue, you get the blue ribbon. You get the farm to be the one that
I
wins.
have no idea. I haven't been a competitive pumpkin grower for years now.
You really should be.
I'm not a ham man. I'll eat ham, but I'm not going to grow it.
I've only been to the Washington State Fair one time, and I didn't see if they actually, but like in New Mexico, they have like entire buildings dedicated to all the produce, and they all have their blue ribbons on, and they're huge. It's one of my favorite things to go see.
No, I know there's animals there that maybe one day become food that people. I mean, I see all the animals. I don't think I ever seen like a produce thing. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
I don't typically go there to check that out, but now I kind of want to be on the lookout for it. But man, it's
yeah, somebody will probably let us know that maybe they have something similar at the Washington State Fair, or or the spring fair that happens sometimes too.
Do you run that by your significant other that you're going to bid $10 million or $5 million on a piece of ham?
I feel like the Crafts pretty much had a conversation about this, and then the central bank. Yeah. I mean, they donated $5 million, which means the banking business is doing well. If they got $5 million, they can donate. They're making a lot of money off of my interest. That's for sure.
Now I want to know what's going on at what concerts are happening at the Washington State Fair. I haven't even thought about that.
Okay, that is not about raising any money for anybody, but you know what?
No, but we're talking about the fair.
It's for your enjoyment, though. That's
got
a nice
me
thing.
thinking.
Yeah,
Chicago's going to be there, man.
Oh, look at that! Your favorite band?
I've never been a big Chicago fan.
I know.
I don't even know if I know a Chicago song.
Yeah, isn't that them?
Yes, yes, 100%.
Whatever that's the guitar intro. Was that a Chicago song? I don't know.
Do you guys know who
25-6-1? Isn't that one of their tunes? Chicago.
Do you remember the part where Steve said he doesn't know any
I was trying
songs?
to see, but he might if he heard it. He just probably didn't know it was a Chicago song.
So far, I'm not. These aren't working.
I can't think of why, and I should know them, but I can't think of any Chicago songs.
25 or 6-4.
That's it. All
Hard
right.
to say. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, that one was the 80s, I think.
Searching so long. Is that I've been searching so long? I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
It might be. You might be right about that.
Now I gotta
They're very yacht rocky. At least it feels like that's where they fall into that yacht rock category now.
Dude, the last time, a few years ago, we went to the fair and Chicago played as well. We heard them sound checking, and I was just like, that's kind of cool. But I was like, I don't even know any of their songs.
Yeah. And they're still around doing it. I don't know how many surviving members there are either. Like, how many people are in Chicago that are still like.
You're the inspiration?
Oh, yeah.
This is Searching So Long.
This sounds familiar.
So bad.
So far, it sounds good.
I'm going to fast forward a bit.
Yeah. Peter Cetera, is he? You remember the name Peter Cetera?
Yes.
I think he was, he's the dude from Chicago and then did some solo stuff too, if I'm not mistaken. Because that sounds like Peter Cetera to me. I could be wrong.
I'd rather choke on a corn dog.
I'm not, you're not alone.
Listen to Chicago.
You're not alone.
What about You're the Inspiration? That sounds
that one, you know that one.
That one sounds like something I should know, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if Danny can find that one.
You're the inspiration.
Right, I think that's the one, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Again,
the Temptations are going to be there. That's
pretty cool. That's always a fun band. I don't know how many of them are still alive, but whoever
Zach
they got.
Brown.
Oh, because see, it's all just like slow and sappy.
Oh, this is a good one though.
Is it?
Third Eye Blind are going to be there.
Okay, now that's a band. Yeah, I'm so done.
Let's get some deep fried butter, babe, after we finish listening to this song.
This song seems like it lasts forever.
You want a turkey leg? I got a turkey leg
He's
for
dating
you.
a girl in this video that looks like Cyndi Lauper, though.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, she does. Yeah, that's from the 80s, no doubt about it. The Cyndi Lauper looking girl.
This is the we're going to get laid when we put this song out.
Yeah. So they had some 80s stuff, though, which was definitely, different than their 70s stuff.
Oh, yeah. Nancy Wilson's Heart. It sticks with Nancy Wilson's Heart. They're going to be over at the fair.
Wow, which Stick? Oh, so Styx. Look at that, man.
Yeah.
I wonder how many of the band members of Styx are actually performing in that. I think there was a couple of deaths in that band, but for the most part, I think that a lot of them are alive.
Oh, BJ, your band, Young Gravy, are going to be there.
Young Gravy.
Yeah, the hip-hop artist, Young Gravy's going to be there.
I'm very excited about YG. Yeah.
YG.
That's what we call him.
Oh, okay.
That's what we call him, YG. Yeah. Well, there you go. That's at the fair, right? Okay.
Dan. If you're a country music fan, it's some good stuff. Also, Pentatonics, the a cappella group.
Oh, Pentatonics, yeah. My problem with the
Jeff
fair is
Foxworthy. Kids Bop, baby. Let's go.
Now you got it. Let's do this. Tatum's ready.
I didn't even know Kids Bop go on tour.
Are you going to bring back any scones for us like you usually do every year?
If we make it to the fair, absolutely.
You may not make it to the fair?
No, we will. I actually already got tickets.
Yeah.
The nice thing, though, that what they do is they set up that scone truck outside of the fair as well for those that don't want to go inside the fair.
Ooh.
That way you can just post up and go grab some scones that way.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. My problem, it's always my problem every year is that there's so much great food there. And at this point of the year, I'm always trying to cut back.
Oh, see, summer's over. Now it's bulking season, BJ. Let's go.
I've bulked up in the summer, though. That's my problem. I'm screwed. I'm so screwed. I'm not prepared for the holiday season. Usually I'm a little lighter.
Oh.
This year is going to be tough. This could be the toughest holiday season for me ever because I'm not at my fighting weight.
Awesome. Then maybe I shouldn't be bringing scones into work.
Well, I mean, one's not going to hurt anybody, is it?
Yeah, and he says the guy who's going to eat 4 of them.
Oh, wow. Okay. Fine. I will.
I mean,
you're going to put that challenge out.
Don't threaten him with a good time.
Okay, buddy.
The fair scones are the best.
I agree. I mean, even, I have to heat them up in the microwave because, getting them fresh is the best thing. But sometimes you have, if they're in a bag and somebody brings them the next day, which is still nice, I got to give them a little heat up on the microwave.
Can you bring me a turkey leg?
A turkey leg?
Yeah.
Just straight up, just bring it in the next day?
Please.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
There you go. You're set.
That'll be awesome because I've always just wanted to walk around the fair with a turkey leg. I feel like there's something very primal about that.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, I'm going to let you do that. I'll have the scones.
A bag of scones in one hand, a turkey leg in the other. And people are like, what's this guy up to? It looks like he's going to have a fun time, though.
Fair living is what it's up to. That's two-fisted fair living right there. There's a well-known celebrity that just fired an employee all because of a tweet that they sent out on that celebrity's behalf. What was it? Oh, you're going to hear from him at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Steve Harvey, you know that guy.
What show does he host? Is it Family Feud, right?
Yeah, Family Feud.
And then he's the Just Jump guy.
Yeah.
That's kind of what they motivate. Like, I know he's doing like tours, like comedy shows, but they're like motivational comedy shows.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that guy's done everything. Radio, comedy, Family Feud.
Beauty pageants he'd probably like to forget.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Just kidding, but yeah.
Well, he's had to apologize again, not just for a beauty pageant. This time he's apologizing for a tweet that he said was posted by someone on his team, which does make you believe, like, all right, how many people are posting for anybody? This doesn't really matter.
Wait, you're telling me that celebrities don't post on their social media as their own selves?
It's very possible that even some of my social media accounts, other people named Vicky might be posting.
Hi.
Yeah.
And it frustrates the hell out of me because it's like I don't want you to put that stuff up there. And Vicky's like, oh, I'm doing it.
Well, if you don't like it, then you got to take it over.
Yeah. I got to change the password but the trouble is Vicky won't tell me what the password is.
Right.
So I'm kind of screwed. Yeah. So Steve Harvey says the same thing, man. Somebody else did this. I didn't do this. As he basically, I guess the tweet was, he was asking his fans to name a comedian you don't find funny at all. That was the tweet.
I've seen this, it's like a meme that's gone around. And I remember even seeing that. I don't think I saw it from Steve Harvey's account, but it was from another comic, I think it might have been. Maybe it was Steve Harvey. And I remember thinking, this is kind of an odd thing to ask people to just throw out there. I guess it's just so you could get a crap ton of comments.
Yep.
It's all about just getting that engagement, brother.
Well, listen, we've been taught by Facebook and, basically with that documentary that was done on Netflix, which is about the fact that negative comments will get you to engage.
I have a buddy that does a YouTube series. Like he's reviews wrestling stuff, but like it's massively successful. Like that's his career. Like that's like he does reviews, does all this stuff, wrestling with regret. And the one thing I noticed is, and he's even brought it up, is like, if he does I'm reviewing the 10 best matches of Goldberg, he'll get a lot of people watching it because he's a popular YouTube channel. But if he writes the 10 worst matches Goldberg's ever had, it's like quadruple the amount of people that check it out.
Yeah.
Just because of the word worst. All of a sudden, more people want to check it out as opposed to best.
Yeah, it's so funny how our brains work that we respond to negativity, which is, oh, man. So that's exactly what, was posted by his team, which would get him engagement. But Steve probably was like, I didn't approve this, but people...
Steve's Mr. Positivity, so it does seem kind of odd that he would have that out there.
That is definitely against brand. And people are like, Steve, it was posted under your name. You need to address this. So he's like, all right. He puts up a video on Friday while he's on vacation. And he's like, not happy with one of his staffers.
Somebody works for me on my Twitter, put a statement out that was totally negative. I got to take responsibility for it because they work for me. But the engagement was talking about name a comedian you don't think is funny. Why would I do something like that? My whole brand is to be motivational. You don't know where these young people at in their career, man. They could be coming up with anything. I'm all about positivity. I would have never done nothing like that. My bad, y'all. I'm sorry. Won't happen again, though.
Was he choking over the fact that he was saying that he's positive when he really isn't?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When that happens.
I love that he's out in the wild. He's got a camouflage, bucket hat on.
Well, no one recognizes him.
Yeah, and he is blending in with the trees. I didn't even know he had a hat on. That is, you know what? He looks like me when he's out there hiking, really. I love that. He's wearing a hat that I like to wear. All right, Steve. You know, just he really looks like he is dressed down. That's for sure. He's out there. He looks like he's just on a major hike for a long time. Got the shirt open. He looks like
he's modeling his Cabela's hat. Nothing wrong with that.
That's a great hat. Yeah. I love that hat.
I can see you wearing that hat.
Oh, yeah. I don't have a camouflage one. I just have the beige.
Yeah, you have a similar kind of hat.
I got the Tilly hat, which is a great hat, but it's a similar style. But that thing can be like waterproof. You can roll it up. You can do anything. I love that hat.
Well, either one of you could be cast as Indiana Jones in the future.
I'm happy. You know what? You're right. I'm happy. The Steve Harvey wears that hat. You know what? He's a hip guy, at least of our demographic. I'm excited. Of our demographic. Well, I mean, he and I think he might be slightly older than me, too. He just looks good. If he actually is older than me, I'm going to be so pissed.
Well, maybe you need to grow that kind of a mustache.
Yeah, maybe that's it. How old is Steve Harvey? Don't tell me.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, he's got to be. I think he's in his 70s.
I'm guessing he's 66.
You're right.
Is he 66?
Yes.
All right, he's not that much older than me.
Hell, man. I don't know where I could take this skill. Probably to a fair.
Yeah, you can guess people's ages and don't do weights, though. You'll get in trouble with that.
No.
Even if you're right. You know,
there's no winning in that.
No, there isn't. Unless you're a former president. Then nobody will believe your weight.
Are you 110 pounds? Yes.
So Steve Harvey doesn't stop. He's still talking about this. He mentions that, by the way, because he said it would never happen again. And here's the reason why it'll never happen again.
Talking about I was trying to get some engagement. Okay. Be trying to get some employment, too.
So he fired him for this.
I love that. What a great line, though. I'm trying to get some engagement. No, you need to try to get some employment. That's a great line.
You need to just jump out of my office.
Yeah.
It is interesting though, because like with all the like Wendy's Twitters and who they're very snarky and very off brand of what you would not imagine a fast food chain to be tweeting about.
And successful because of it.
And very successful. So I'm sure that it was probably some intern who was just probably like, I bet you I can turn Steve Harvey's into, whereas it's just a different brand and you didn't take into consideration.
That would be funny if Steve Harvey, like his usual persona is positivity, you got to take chances in life and I'm here to make you feel good about who you are and all that. But his social media is straight up, I'm a miserable mother effer and I hate everybody.
That would be pretty
for that.
That would be funny.
It's like the two sides of Steve Harvey.
So somebody is looking for employment.
Would you fire that guy for that?
Yeah.
You would?
I think you have to because...
I wouldn't.
Well, you saw he had to make a statement. I think the only way that he can tell people it'll never happen again is he's like, look, this guy's got to go.
Yeah, but even if it did happen again, is the world coming to an end? I mean, we're not talking about like all of a sudden a bunch of people got sick and died from his tweet. Like, yeah, it's a dumb tweet and it doesn't follow his brand, but maybe that's a moment where you need to teach this, whoever it is doing your Twitter, this is my brand and this is how you got to go through this filter. Unless the person was a douche when he said, why'd you tweet this? And he's like, I did it for engagement, you mother blanker. Then I can understand.
Oh, then you'd fire him.
Right.
So it's all about tone.
Yeah, but if the guy's like, oh man, I was just trying to get engagement, I don't know if it's worthy of being fired for.
Yeah, I think that it's tough. It would be great if he said that employee no longer works here anymore, but actually didn't fire him. That would be cool.
Or if it is actually him and he's just pretending that there's a team of people doing his Twitter.
Wouldn't that be great if it actually was him?
I mean, he has an easy out. I'm a celebrity. I have guys working on my social media pages.
Yeah. But now what if it happens again? Is he just going to fire? I can't find good employees. They keep posting negative stuff. Right. How long will we fall for that? Oh, man. I'm with you, Steve. I think we just basically let people go without any chance to make up for their mistake.
I feel like there had to be more to it. There must have been some kind of a blowback from the person.
But then there's the cancel culture. People just want you done for making one mistake. But it's a tough one.
But is that the mistake? Just because you're asking people to name which comedians you don't find funny?
Yeah, it seems unreasonable. But I think cancel culture is unreasonable. I really do. I think, but it's so weird that Steve's got to come on his vacation, so what? But yet he had to make a statement.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
During his vacation.
Yeah, it's like, why would you have to stop your vacation for this just because somebody made a post and it wasn't, like you said, it wasn't that bad of a post. Yes, it was against brand, but it's not like he said something horrific.
I wonder if they said somebody that he's friends with, and then all of a sudden that person's like, dude, I'm getting beat up all over your social media for being unfunny. Ooh. I thought we were buddies.
Yeah, that is a tough one. I have to say that would be hard for me, that if all of a sudden somebody said, name somebody unfunny on the radio or something, and all of a sudden some of my friends were listed, and that would be tough.
Or maybe they were all listing Steve Harvey. Oh. And then it was like a blow to his ego.
Oh, that's what I would post.
Oh, I bet there's some people that were doing that just for the ironic nature of it all.
If I were a comic and my name was up there, I would definitely repost back. Oh yeah, Steve, like you're the greatest. Like I definitely would do that.
What if that
in
happened?
anger. Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, that probably, and he probably, yeah, I get he's like, I didn't want to start this fight. That's not even who I am. Damn it, I'm in the middle of this crap.
Who would you say is the funniest comedian?
Ooh. The funniest comedian right
let's not
now.
go down that negative road. I get it. Like,
Boy, I mean, right now, wow. Okay, well, two names come to mind. One is a classic. Classic, he's been around for a long time. Bill Burr. Love Bill Burr.
Okay.
But I am also loving Taylor Tom. Oh, I got to put a third name in there.
Matt guy?
Matt Rife.
Matt Rife.
Matt Rife actually is so good on so many levels. Like just the way the guy does like the basic mechanics of comedy.
His crowd work is on another level.
Oh, it's insanely on another level.
It's like laugh out loud funny all the time. I don't even care if who cares if it's not real or not, because it's still really funny.
Yeah, if it's not real.
I think it's real, but I don't know.
If it's not real, the plants are amazing. Yeah. He's able to set that up the way he sets that up. I mean, it's just insane if it's not real, and you got to give him props for that, because I know what it takes to have to set something like that up. You have to put all those people in the audience. And remember, Matt Rife, it's not like he's got skillions of dollars, so I don't know how he would even arrange that in the early days of his act. Yeah. Because he's been doing this crowd work for a long time. Taylor Tomlinson, I'm also a big fan of. I know I took three, and my apologies, but you asked.
I asked for favorite comedian, not comedian.
I know, it's hard to name, but those are the three. Anybody else?
Danny, who you got?
I told Steve about this one the other day because I was watching his one of his specials that he's recently. It's fully on YouTube. His name is Mateo Lane.
Oh, don't know.
He is so good. His crowd work is also on another level.
Oh,
I've seen his stuff. He is hilarious.
Mateo Lane?
Mateo Lane sells out every time he comes to Seattle.
Okay.
He's based in New York. He is one of the funniest comedians I've seen in a long time.
Just send me a link to that YouTube video, Vicky, because I have never heard of this dude.
Did you check him out, Steve?
I did. It was very funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, he's got a special on YouTube himself. Another guy just went to YouTube with a special.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I'm having a hard time with like a current one. I'm such an old school, like Mitch Hedberg will forever be my favorite comedian.
Oh yeah,
and if ever I'm in the mood just to get a good laugh, I'll rewatch and re-listen to some of his pieces every single time. I still love him. I'm a sucker for Burt Kreischer.
Oh, that's
I
fair.
watched his movie over the weekend,
and
I mean,
I did not hear good things about the movie. I was so sad because Burt is such a nice guy.
I'm torn. There were many laugh out loud moments during this movie. So
that's nice.
For me to say that it wasn't good would be a lie, because it only took 2 watches. Granted, I had a 48-hour window. I spent money to rent this movie, so I was like, I gotta make sure I watch it.
Okay.
And my wife fell asleep. I'm like, I don't care. We're about to lose money if I don't watch this thing. Whole $5. Yeah, I thought there was like a lot of really fun moments. I think I had the hardest part of the movie was that he had a young version of Burt that really didn't look like Burt at all to me. And I couldn't really like lose like suspension of belief. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't believe that this was Burt Kreischer in these scenes. Like it just didn't feel right.
Oh, that's tough when you get taken out of a movie.
But Mark Hamill was fun in it. Like I said,
okay.
If you're a Burt Kreischer fan, I think you'll really enjoy the movie because it's a nod to that great comedy piece of him being the machine, being part of a Russian mafia heist of a train. And like the story is fantastic, and there's a lot of like fun stuff about that. But then there's a couple moments where you're just like, are we getting super heartfelt for no apparent reason? Like it was just it was a mishmash of stuff. But on the whole, for $5, it was worth it.
I'm gonna wait for it to come to free TV.
Yeah,
I got a lot of free stuff, so I'll give it a watch.
Yeah, I think if it's free, 100% free, it'd be way more entertaining.
Yeah, well, and
that's terrible. I didn't mean it that way because it is funny.
There's some funny. Well, look, if there's some funny moments in it, and Burt is such a good dude. I mean, my gosh, he's just good to. He's just good to everywhere he goes, and he always has a great interview. So yeah, I'm glad you said the movie's worth watching. You'll get some laughs.
And dude, like even when Texter just said, my favorite has to be Burt Kreischer. The man's hilarious, and he's blowing up as of lately. He did The Gorge, and then he's now going to be at Climate Pledge Arena.
Nice.
And I don't know if
he's a far cry from when he was doing the Comedy Underground.
Yeah, well, he's at that level. You're right. I mean,
which means we'll never see him in studio again.
Yeah, you're probably
Joe Coy.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Joe. I will. And I was just when you talked about somebody blowing up and doing arenas like that, Joe, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And Joe Coy, another great dude. You know, you got to, and very funny, very quick. I love Joe because Joe is quick. Mm-hmm. Some comics are good when they're rehearsed, but they're not really good off the cuff. But Joe is so good at that. And whenever he comes into our show, no matter what we throw at him, Joe is good. Got to give an honorable mention to Bill Bellamy, just because when he's been in, he's been amazing on the show.
Dude, my wife and I did see him do stand-up back when like the Parlor Live existed. And it was so funny. He was so damn funny. And the team that he brought on the road, like everyone, all the comics were hilarious. But Bill Bellamy's one of my all-time favorite guests that we've had in studio, let alone just comics.
Yeah, and very talented, too. There's a lot. I mean, that's just,
Someone say Kevin Hart. That's the only comedian that both my wife and I find hilarious.
Yeah, Kevin's good. Solid. He's solid.
Okay. He does stadiums.
Yeah, I mean, he's solid. Not my favorite comic, but he's a solid comic. I wouldn't put him down, but he's good at what he does.
I was going to say, I mean, I love the bigger, successful comedians, but there are so many good underground comedians.
Yeah.
Like Mateo Lane, he's coming up, and then there's another guy named J.R.D. Guzman, and he does a comedy with a guitar, but so much crowd work as well. And he plays small. He played the Neptune a couple of months ago, and he was cool. Fantastic. It's there's so much good stuff out there. Make sure you check it out.
Let's not forget Jeff Dunham.
Yeah, I mean, I know you like it because of ventriloquism. I know you like that stuff.
That's puppets, man.
Yeah, I know you like the puppet
I've
stuff.
never seen him live, though. I need to see this guy live.
Yeah. I mean, look, again, he is good at what he does. Just not my
Wouldn't that be funny if that was like my all-time favorite and I'm willing to like go to blows with people about I'm arguing with people.
Well,
Jeff Dunham is pound for pound the greatest comedian of all time.
He's a great ventriloquist. You could argue might be one of the greatest ventriloquists of all time. I think that's a good argument to have.
I would say the most successful.
Yeah, I think of a guy.
Until I start doing my full-on ventriloquist show.
And there's always somebody from every generation. My generation's Jeff Dunham was Waylon Flowers. I don't know if you remember that name.
No.
He had an old lady, or maybe an old lady, old man puppet, and Waylon Flowers.
I do remember now.
Yeah, he was good, and so ventriloquism's not easy. Yeah. Oh yeah, Madam, I think her name was. Yeah, and Whaley, and she was a fantastic character. Madam? I think her name was Madam. But yeah, so that's an art, man. It's not easy to do. Not my favorite, but
when the hell is he coming up? He's coming up. Oh, he's going to be in Portland.
Everybody
in
goes
February.
See, what is with Portland?
At the Veterans Memorial Coliseum. I mean, he's doing the Kennewick Toyota Center.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
Hey, the Toyota Center.
He's going to Toyota Center. Hey, how you doing?
He does these puppets and stuff.
On Friday, hey, Steve over here got this one wrong.
Same protein that makes up our hair and nails. What is a rhino's horn made out of?
Hair.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. Follicles.
No.
Hairy.
No.
What are you, a Mama Luke? It's keratin. Hey, come on. You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-803-ROCK. We'll play Beat Migs at 847 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's a question from a listener. My house is currently in foreclosure. I've stopped making payments. What can I do to save my house?
If you're already in foreclosure behind on your mortgage, you can stop the foreclosure by filing a bankruptcy. There's different types of bankruptcy. Chapter 13 can help you catch up on your house payments if you're behind. It would mean that you'd have to start making your house payments again and catch up on the amount that you're behind over 5 years. You could also take off or strip off your second mortgage, which would help you to reduce your housing payment every month, especially once you're done with the plan and done catching up on your first mortgage. We could also try to buy you some time by filing a Chapter 13 case. Filing a Chapter 13 would definitely stop your foreclosure.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. And thanks for listening.
We all have tasks we'd like to avoid, like mailing and shipping. It takes time lugging all those letters and packages to the post office. That's why you should try Stamps.com. For 25 years, Stamps.com has made mailing and shipping easy. You get all the services of the post office right on your computer, anytime. No traffic, no waiting, no hassle. Plus, you save money with discounts up to 84% on USPS and UPS. With Stamps.com, all you need is a computer and printer. Print stamps, print shipping labels, and if you sell products online, Stamps.com connects with every major marketplace and shopping cart, so you can spend less time on shipping and more time on your business. Get started with Stamps.com today. Sign up with promo code PROGRAM for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial, plus postage and a digital scale. Just go to Stamps.com and enter code PROGRAM.
Have you been in an accident that wasn't your fault? Feeling overwhelmed and unsure what to do next? Look no further. The personal injury attorneys at Phillips Law Firm are here to help. Phillips Law Firm understands that accidents can turn your life upside down. That's why they're dedicated to fighting for the compensation you deserve and to making the process as stress-free as possible. Don't wait any longer. Call now, 1-800-JUSTICE, or visit justiceforyou.com.
Hey there, everybody. I'm Melvin Robert from the TV show Extra. Every day on our show, we talk to the biggest celebrities and the biggest newsmakers around. We get exclusive details about hookups and breakups, baby news, and the behind-the-scenes info from your favorite TV shows and movies. But we can only fit so much on our show. That's where Extra the podcast comes in. Listen and follow Extra the podcast and Odyssey Podcast on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. A little bit of a debate with Steve and I because I think this is a summer tea in the Rock Shop. But Steve, you were thinking maybe?
I think it just hits all of them.
It looks all of them?
Yeah, it's summer if you want it to be. It could be a fall vibe to it. If you have dandruff, it's the perfect winter T-shirt.
Okay, that's horrible.
What?
I do know people that have it. It's a horrible thing when you see
little flurries that are on the trees.
Drifts. I know the snow drifts on their shoulders are so horrible.
Yes, it's everything, man. It's everything that you want it to be.
So whatever you want this. Okay, so we're calling it a summer shirt, but Steve says it's an all of them shirt.
It's like an everything bagel.
It's a sweet looking shirt, though. I have to say, it's pretty trippy, man. You're gonna dig this shirt. I think it might be my favorite KISW shirt we've done.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I really like it.
You like it more than the one with the wieners on it?
Definitely.
And the turtles?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, not interesting at all. Those were trash. This is amazing. No, those were fine shirts. I mean, the artwork was good. I don't want to ridicule the artwork.
The concept was trash.
The concept was trash. The artwork actually on those shirts are very good. But this, I'm going to tell you right now, this KISWT is fantastic. You got to get it. Go to the KISW.com. Hit the Rock Shop.
Let's play B Migs.
It's time to play the game. So everybody scream his name. B Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa, B Migs, you're a loser.
Who's ready to be Migs?
Yeah, buddy.
I know Mike from Auburn is. Mike, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Steve, now get out.
Goodbye.
For those playing at home, Mike has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Continuous positive airway pressure is better known as what helpful sleeping machine?
Crap. Hey. Pass.
Oh.
Reese Witherspoon plays Elle Woods in what romantic comedy?
Pass.
What desert covers a large portion of northern Africa?
Nigeria.
No.
Pass.
Coca-Cola offers special yellow cap bottles for what Jewish holiday?
The Christmas. Pass.
Oh, boy.
What all-female 80s band was elected in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2021?
The Go-Go's.
Yes. Typically on dress shirts, Steve Jobs had a fear of what?
Buttons.
Yes. What L word is defined as a person opposed to new technology?
Ooh, nice.
Ooh, wow. I have no idea. Pass.
What car manufacturer makes the Maximum and Altima?
Audi?
No. All right, Mike, you got 2 correct.
Yeah, I dropped a deuce.
Dropped a deuce.
Yep.
Mike, not your best work, sir.
No, sir.
Yeah, the first 4 were pretty tough.
Yeah.
And then got a little better there, but
Well, we'll see. Maybe this is maybe your questions are really hard, and Steve is going to have a difficult time as well.
maybe they are.
I would like to believe so.
Steve, are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
Continuous positive airway pressure is better known as what helpful sleeping machine?
CPAP.
Yes.
Yeah, they did it.
Reese Witherspoon plays Elle Woods in what romantic comedy?
Legally Blonde.
Yes.
Oh.
What desert covers a large portion of northern Africa?
What's that?
What desert covers a large portion of northern Africa?
Nile?
No. Nile Desert?
Sahara?
There we go, yes. Coca-Cola offers special yellow cap bottles for what Jewish holiday?
Yom Kippur.
No.
Rosh Hashanah.
No.
Hanukkah.
No.
Oh.
What all-females 80s band was elected in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2021?
The Bangles?
No.
The Go-Go's.
Yes.
There we go.
Typically on dress shirts, Steve Jobs had a fear of what?
Turtlenecks.
No.
Stains.
No.
Buttons.
Yes.
Nice.
What L word is defined as a person opposed to new technology?
Luddite.
Yes.
Very good.
What car manufacturer makes the Maxima and Ultima?
Nissan.
Yes. The children's game Cat's Cradle uses your hands and what?
Feet.
No.
Nose.
No.
Mouth.
No.
Oh.
What is a baby rabbit called?
A hare.
No.
A baby.
You get
A thumper.
You get 7 correct, which is a win, 7-2.
Yeah. Oh, he left. He didn't even stay for the loss.
I'm not surprised.
He was like, I'm out. 7's a reasonable score. I mean, Luddite, thanks to Sergeant Hair Club. That's how I know that word. He used to always call himself that whenever I tried to explain any technology to him.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
I was impressed you knew that.
Yeah, I don't even know how. I must have been from that.
Yeah.
But somehow it seeped into my mind, and honestly, I thought the answer I was about to give was wrong.
No.
And when you said it was right, it was kind of like when I win a poker game. And
So
I don't
you
know what
must
I
have.
just-
It must be because we'd be at meetings together, and he would talk about himself being a Luddite.
Yeah, I was when I said it, I was like, "Where did I even get that?" Now it makes sense.
I think it's a type of people. I don't know if it's if there are people called Luddites that just were against technology. I don't know. You know.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, I don't know where the word comes from, but he likes to use it.
Does anyone know Coca-Cola offers a special yellow cap for what Jewish holiday?
Okay, we said, and I should know this. I'm now 50% Jewish.
If you don't, I think you have to
So
turn
you
in
said
your
Rosh
Jewish.
Hashanah, you said Yom Kippur, you said Hanukkah. Oh, there's another. There's the fourth big one, and I
Bat
should
mitzvah.
know it.
Bat mitzvah.
No. Oh,
Come
you're going
on.
to say it, and I'm going to know it, and I'm going to be so mad at myself.
Passover?
Yes.
That's the one.
Come on, BJ.
I was thinking Easter, Danny. I was thinking Easter time, and I couldn't think of what they call it.
Passover. The children's game Cat's Cradle uses your hands and what?
A yo-yo, right?
No,
that's
yarn.
Yeah,
Or string.
yarn or string.
that one.
Oh, I thought it had to be another body part. I'm like, I'm running out of body parts that make sense for a children's story.
Cats in the cradle and the silver spoon.
You were naming all the things.
I wasn't even close.
And a baby rabbit is called?
It's not a bunny?
No. No?
A Joey?
It's a kit or a kitten.
A kit?
Yes.
That's a baby. All the cute names we have for rabbits, and that's what they call their babies?
Well, kitten's kind of cute.
Yes, they call it them themselves.
Yeah.
Well, you're right, Danny. I need to have
You know
a
how many times
conversation with the rabbit community.
I've been corrected so many times by the rabbits in Puyallup.
I know.
Yeah.
There's so many of them on my front lawn. I need to have a conversation with them and go, look, dude.
Let
you
them
need to
in.
come on. I'm not letting them in if they're going to call them kits. Okay, I mean that's a car. That's a car that Michael Ryder had. Or Michael Knight had. That's a Knight Rider. I'm not. It's going to be Bunny.
Could
It'll
you
be like
imagine
little Hopper?
If I let all the rabbits because we have a lot in our yard all the time.
They must have taken their land. The least you could do is give them a roof over their
If I
heads.
let them inside and BJ just comes home and there's
Yeah, there's no. There's a lot of.
I could not imagine how upset you'd be.
Is it just Mercer Island, or you guys seen them everywhere?
Oh, no, they're in West Seattle.
Because they're reproducing just like bunnies.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, lots in Arlington, lots in Marysville.
I know you laugh at Steve, but they're literally the joke is what they're becoming.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't see them very often. Every once in a while in Puyallup.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
sure they're
Puyallup doesn't
there.
let them. You guys don't let them in.
Well, we got the deer. You know, that's
Do deer eat bunnies?
Oh yeah.
I don't think I've ever. I thought deer were. You're saying because you have deer, there's no room for bunnies.
No, I was just saying we have a lot of deer. It has nothing to do with the bunnies.
Oh yeah, we have deer too. We got deer on Mercer Island. I don't know how they got there. Did they take the floating bridge? What'd they do? They
The
take
deer
a ferry?
sent them to Mercer Island. We shipped them out of Puyallup and sent them to Mercer Island.
And I don't know is it wolves? Who's got to go out and control the bunny population?
Coyotes.
Oh, coyotes.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want any more. I don't want any coyotes on Mercer Island.
Oh, what do you want?
I you know what? Or they got to.
Maybe you need to move.
Yeah, I might have to get the hell out.
That's how you get Dad out of the house. Just let all the rabbits in and become a crazy rabbit lady.
Oh, gosh. Oh, I don't even know if I want that, but to get BJ out, I might
Rabbits
try
are
it.
cute.
Oh, yeah.
They're gross.
Who, rabbits?
They're gross. And they're little poop everywhere.
Yeah,
My friend had a rabbit and it was disgusting.
Little rabbit pellets are pretty nasty.
You don't see that because they're outside, but when you put them in a cage,
That's
you realize,
fair.
oh my God. Okay.
My friend gave like an entire room to the rabbit.
No.
Yes.
Oh, you don't give a rabbit its own room. It's
Yeah.
poop central.
Yeah, it was.
Did he potty train it?
No.
Can you potty train? I mean, I don't know. That's a tough job.
I don't know. I mean, are they much dumber than dogs?
You know what? Again, Danny's the only one that's talked to the rabbits. As he said, he's talked to the rabbit. Who's smarter, Danny? Dogs or rabbits? I don't know.
Apparently, you can litter train a rabbit at any age.
There you go. Really?
Yeah. According to
You just
vets
gotta want 'em.
for pets.
Vets for pets. All right, Vicky, that's going to be your job. We're going to get a bunch of rabbits. You must train them.
They will be mine.
It is time for Listeners on the Loose. This is your time to pick a topic, your time to guide the show. Call us, text us at 206-803-ROCK. We got your calls, we got your texts. We'll take those at 917 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle, is Listeners on the Loose. Brought to you by the Washington State Fair. 206-803-ROCK, that's the number to call. That's the number to text if you want to get through. But remember, if you do, Steve has a rule.
It's a simple rule, BJ. Show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, we're going to have to gong you. And then say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-803-ROCK, the number to call, the number to text.
Someone just said, hey, congrats to Danny for rowing.
Wait, what?
Danny went rowing this weekend.
I did go rowing.
On the water like the crew people?
Nope, in the row house in West Seattle.
They got like a exercise rowing thing. He did like what'd you do, like a marathon or
I
something?
did a half marathon.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't even know.
rowing.
Yeah, I don't even know what that. When you said that, I thought you were running. I saw the post.
Yeah,
No, rowing.
Rowing.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. When he says he does a half marathon, I thought it was a running marathon.
No,
it's a row marathon. So it's still the same amount, 13.1 miles or 21,097 meters is what I rode yesterday in just about an hour and 40 minutes.
So what is he? I'm sure both are difficult.
And so ROW, what you rode as opposed to riding. Okay.
So which is more difficult then, to run a half marathon or to row a half marathon?
Oh, I'm positive running because it's rowing is very much more low impact. You're sitting the whole time. However, you're using a lot of leg strength and upper body strength.
Yeah.
And so it don't get me wrong, it's not difficult, but I had never done any kind of, I don't think I could actually run a marathon though, because I have really bad knees and my feet are just the flattest things ever. So
Rowing's funny though, because anytime I've ever done, I haven't done it often, but anytime I've done it, I'm like, this is so easy until it stops being easy.
It's
and it's
not.
like almost like the minute you start thinking this isn't that hard, because at first you're just like, what's the appeal of this? Like, this seems easy. And then all of a sudden it just gets like, I can't breathe. I'm sweating profusely. This is crazy.
Well, and a lot of times, so with row, I go to Row House in West Seattle, and it's a whole exercise routine based on rowing, and they're called effort-based machines. So it's as much as you push against it, the more you're going to get from it. So it's like the faster you finish the half marathon, the more effort you put into it.
And look, he's wearing our Weenie Toss shirt too.
I was wearing the Weenie Toss shirt.
Look at that. Oh, and so yeah, you know what? I totally didn't even see the row house. I just saw a half marathon and assumed you ran.
So you're the same as my aunt then, because she was like, I'm so jealous that you ran. And I was like, I didn't run. I think I would die if I ran.
Oh yeah, did you really run a half marathon?
Yeah.
Bob would be jealous.
Yep.
Talking about you.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so that's so you just rode. Rowing is not easy though.
No, it sure is not. And I was actually very surprised that I was able to complete said half marathon all by myself.
How are your legs feeling today then?
You know, my legs are okay today. It was interesting because I did 30 minutes just straight rowing yesterday, and then before I took a break to get some water, and I stood up and I swear my knees almost buckled and I almost fell from underneath me just because it was such a interesting. I'd never done a straight row for 30 minutes like that.
So I'm looking at the video from this row house place, and it looks like it's like a nightclub.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They have like lights going. They have the music. The coaches are fantastic. They keep you motivated the whole time. It was actually a really
so what
fun
is
experience.
this is interesting. So that this whole place is just a rowing place. Is this obviously this must be a new trend?
It's been around for a while. It's been in, I think, West Seattle for at least 6-7 years.
Oh, wow. I've never, so it's just a rowing place. That's all you do there.
Yeah. And they do like, you mix it up. So you'll do like 3 or 4 songs rowing, then you'll get off and you'll do some weightlifting. Then you'll do 3 more 4 songs of rowing, and then you'll do like some calisthenic type stuff. So it's all like an inclusive workout. It's a full body workout.
So they have other machines, or is the rowing machines all they have?
They have just the rowing machines, but then they have like free weights.
Okay, so that's what it is. And so you got free weights. But their bag is when you're not doing free weights, get on the rowing machines.
Oh yeah, and it's a whole class. Like it's like a class.
Are you going to start rowing outside? Does this guy get you like thinking like some people who jog on a treadmill,
crew boats,
right? Yeah,
I've honestly thought about it, just because it's we do live right next to the water, and I think it would be a lot of fun. It's just a matter of like figuring out the differences between doing like a exercise routine and everything. I think I came in second place though, second or third place. They haven't posted the results yet.
Look at this.
Yeah, but in terms of the way that I finished third, but I had taken like a 5-minute bathroom break, which did not.
What were you doing in the bathroom for 5 minutes?
He was rowing,
trying to stand back up. Honestly,
okay.
Yeah, my legs. I couldn't. I had to pull a BJ. I had to pee.
Yeah,
but I had to sit down.
There you go.
My legs were about to fall off.
He's in my world now.
Yeah,
here I'm in the bathroom. Can somebody help me up? I can't get up.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Dude, that's just nuts.
Shout out to Susan, too. Coach Susan. She listens every morning now because she knows that I work on the radio. Aww. And she's always like, Daddy, I get my daily facts from the Migs report. And she loves it. And she starts every class.
Satisfied customer.
Really, are those the facts you need?
I swear. Today is National Sunday Day, or today is National Banana. She brought us an entire case of bananas for National Banana Day when you told them about it.
See, that's what's up, BJ.
Is that what you're bringing to the
provider?
Party?
Yes.
Yeah, the provider of the banana.
Yeah.
Well, someone's got to do it. It's a dirty job.
I'm watching those machines in the video, though, and those rowing machines, which are like the regular, like, that's not how you row on a boat, though. Like, you don't slide your butt up and down on a boat. You're like sitting on like we usually in crew, you're on one sitting plate and you're just going, you're going back and forth. You guys are sliding up and down, and I don't know. That's a whole different rowing experience. You see how they're moving back and forth?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if that actually happens on a real crew thing.
No, I don't think you're moving your butt. You're not sliding your butt.
I don't know. I don't know. I've never done that.
A guy who recently rode in Disneyland.
Fan.
We had the oars and everything, and Tatum rode the boat. It was, I understand what rowing is.
In the canoe, yeah.
I wonder why they do it that way, because like on a crew boat, you don't have that much movement of your butt and legs like that. Your legs are kind of stuck in the same position, and you've really got to just row
it's
like
a rowing motion.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I wonder if that means Danny wouldn't be prepared to do a regular row like in a crew boat because it's different.
It's good racing. I don't know.
Well, if we're on a boat and they're like, we need someone to row ASAP, I'm going to lean more towards Danny at least. He's got a little bit more experience than the rest of us.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, at that point, yes.
Yeah.
I hope. Unless Danny is like, oh, man, wait, where's the slidey seat? I can't do it, people. And he panics. I need the slidey seat.
Can somebody get under me and just move me back and forth while I do
wait a second.
Steve.
Yeah, that'll be my job. We'll roll him back and forth, you and I.
If it means us surviving, I'll do it for you.
Yeah, I suppose that's a good point. Well, congratulations. I mean, look. Spending 30 minutes rowing is definitely an accomplishment.
Oh, no, it was an hour and 40 minutes.
Like I said, spending an hour and 40 minutes
I said that
rowing.
I did it for 30 minutes without taking a break, and then I finished. But I will say that was like the only time I'll ever get anywhere close to doing any kind of marathon.
So then what happens if you're on a boat? You have to just take a leak over the side? I mean,
I'm sure.
If people are taking long trips like that?
I don't know. Yeah, I would imagine.
Or a diaper.
Yeah, I mean, that's I mean, but and people are taking breaks. Like if you watch those crew guys, they're moving, and then someone just stands up on the boat and just says, "I'm going over the side." And then if you need water,
how long are they doing it for?
Well, he's doing it for an hour and 40 minutes. His trip. I feel like crew people must take a trip.
It looks like the standard length for Olympian and the World Rowing Championships is about 1.24 miles.
Yeah.
So I don't imagine it being hours.
Oh yeah, how many miles an hour do you go, Danny? Do you have any idea?
I know that I row 500 meters in about 2 minutes, but I didn't tell me mile per hour.
I don't know meters and miles. I can't figure it out.
Yeah.
All right, so I feel like I would imagine, hopefully in 30 minutes you can row a mile. I mean, because you can run a mile, right? You can walk like 3 miles and whatever or however.
Or bicycle. I mean, bicycle in a mile. I don't know.
You and I definitely have we have all the facts.
Well, someone's got more stuff they want to talk about.
All right, let's go to Rebus. All right,
Rebus. Rowing talk now.
Rebus in West Seattle, you're on the Rock.
Hey, my son was in crew for about 6 or 7 years, and the boats are actually designed specifically so that the seats slide back and forth.
Oh,
Like,
really?
Did
Look at
not
that.
think. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. It's like he actually has had them could become disconnected while he was in a race, and it completely messed everything up. So
Yeah, I think like at the old Viking boats, like they didn't have those kind of
Yeah.
seats back in those days.
no, they are like well designed, these things. So,
so you
but
got
yeah, I mean, he was in like rowing championships and stuff, and yeah, he would complain about the things going wrong with the seats all the time when they were doing it. So,
Oh, that's
but yeah,
horrible. and they
it
still have
is
to
a
figure it out?
Serious workout.
Yeah,
yeah.
it is. See, now,
Yeah,
they are sliding around. I've never noticed that before.
See, on the canoe that I was on at Disneyland, it didn't have sliding seats.
Yeah.
So I was just basing that on my experience of being a professional rower.
And Rebus, what does the dude do that's facing in the wrong direction at the end of the boat? What's his job? Because he looks like he's doing nothing.
Shoot. They're the caller. I can't remember exactly what. The coxswain is what they call them.
Oh, that's what I call Danny all the time.
So yeah,
that's part of that anyway.
And so they're the ones that are calling out the strokes and making sure that everybody's working it together. So
they're called.
He's like the conductor.
Yeah.
And they call out the strokes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Swain.
Now I know the coxswain is a very old. That's an old naval term. I know that. That term's been around for a long time.
And their job is to tell you how to stroke it.
Yeah. Pretty much.
And you guys you were wondering about the mileage on that thing. My son, like, he would be there for maybe 4 or 5 hours, and they would go out on Lake Washington and go like halfway across the lake from Renton, over to like I-90 and 405 and back.
What about?
They seriously move.
What about bathroom breaks then? Does someone just stand up on the boat and go over the side while they're, or does the coxswain also have something to do with that too? Which I think would be.
I think they just have to handle that before and after.
Yeah, I think they can get it done. Yeah, I think they should be able to do this in enough time to be able to not need a bathroom break.
That's good to know. A guy like me needs to know about bathroom breaks. That's very important. A slidey seat and a bathroom break. Otherwise, I ain't doing it. All right, let's sign on it anyway.
It's a good workout, though.
Yeah, it looks like it, Rebus. Thanks for the call and the info.
Dude, this is completely screwed up now. My YouTube history, though. Now it's just kids shows, wrestling stuff, and now a random rowing competition.
Well, I should have filmed myself, and so that way you could watch me.
Yes.
Well,
Danny Coxswain.
Yeah, there it is.
I never knew that those crew folks had slidey seats. I really learned that today. I thought they were on a bench. I really thought they were on a bench like old school Viking ships.
I just thought they were just really good at rowing. I don't know.
All right. Well, I guess
which they are good at rowing.
Yeah. So you're definitely using your legs. I suppose in a way you are on the old school thing too, on the old school benches, but it feels like you're definitely using your legs much more than before. No wonder your legs are a problem, Danny, like you're getting a workout.
Oh yeah, the legs are some of the biggest parts of it. Now today my back is sore, but beyond that, you know what? I'm proud of myself.
Good for you, buddy.
Thank you.
Probably burned some good cals.
Oh yeah.
Hope you had a good treat.
And now we have a new nickname for him.
Yeah, we do.
Danny Coxswain.
Danny Coxswain. You know what? And you know what? We'll call you something for short. How's that?
Okay, cool.
Yeah, there we go.
Next time we get you a personalized jersey.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're going to say, geez, sorry, Danny, we ran out of letters, so we're just going to call you Danny. What that shirt will say.
Danny Swain?
Yeah, Danny Swain. We'll call you Danny Swain.
Gotcha.
You pick the topic. You guide the show. It is Listeners on the Loose, where you can call us. You can text us. 206-803-ROCK. More of your calls, more of your texts. We'll take those at 9:33 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose, 206-803-ROCK, the number to call, the number to text.
Someone said, Migs, congrats to Tatum for winning those Legos, LOL. It was awesome seeing you at the car show.
Okay, what happened? You were at a car show.
Said hi, man. That would have been I didn't get to meet the person that texted this, but we went to a car show yesterday, which is not typically something that we do.
I wouldn't expect you to go to a car show.
It was like straight down the block. It was the church my wife and the family go to, and they were putting on this big car show, which was, I've never been to one, and so I was like, I'm down to go check it out. Like, what a fun time.
Muscle cars and stuff?
All kinds of cars.
Oh, nice.
Motorcycles, too. Random, crazy, over the top, souped up looking like old Volkswagen Beetles that had American flag on it and giant motors. I don't know anything about cars. I'm like a car idiot, but there was some just old school pickup trucks and just.
Oh, yeah.
But it was all types. But what was fun was just seeing the vibe there. Everyone's just gathered around, showing off what they love, which is their car. One reminded me of my dad's car we grew up in, which we called the Cadillac, even though it wasn't a Cadillac, but it was just this brown old car. And I saw something that kind of looked like that, and it like instantly triggered like an old, a nostalgic feeling. Like I remember driving in that, Dad yelling at us in the back seat to shut the hell up. And it was
the
touching
memories.
times because I kept wanting to listen to Twisted Sister or something stupid like that. But it was fun. So like Tatum's walking around looking at all the cars. Of course, her favorite cars are the ones that are certain colors, like a purple
Of course.
one. There was a green one that had a frog in it. That one was awesome. She got to sit in that car too, BJ. That was pretty exciting. I put it on my Instagram page.
Oh, that's cool that they let you sit in the vehicles like that, like a little kid.
Well, yeah, I don't know if they would have been like, hey, sir, you grown man, do you want to sit in our car? I don't know if they would have done that, but I was so nervous about her even touching cars. Like, and she was great. Like, we made it a point to be like, look, you do not touch these cars because I don't want to screw up any of their paint or I don't want to be the reason why. So when that person was just like, hey, does she want to sit in the car? And she looked so fired up.
Yeah.
But then, you go around, they have like a raffle for different things. And then one of the things they had to raffle off was like a random like Legos box of some kind of certain Legos thing. And she wanted this thing so bad. And I'm like, how do you can't buy it. Like you just have to win it. Yep. So, I put like $10 in. And then Grandpa put like $10 in as well. We didn't even put it in any of the other raffle things. Like each item had its own thing. So we put like, a good number of.
So you stuffed the ballot.
Well, we had like 18 tickets in there.
Yeah.
So, dude, I was so nervous because I could just tell, like, this kid's tired. She's just holding on for dear hope that she's going to win this. And when they had it was the last ticket that we had, too. Oh. And they said it. And I think my wife's like, you look like you won the lottery. Aww. Yeah. I was and everyone in the crowd, when they saw this, adorable little kid running up there to go get her Lego, they were all fired up, except for the people who probably wanted it for their kid.
Yep.
But, man, dude, that made the day. Just all day long.
That was a good purchase.
Winning, $15 well spent.
Yeah.
That thing's probably like $20.
That's a good deal.
We saved money.
That's a good deal.
Now I got to pay 10 of it.
That's even a better deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did pretty good.
It was a good time, man.
And the last ticket, like, had you skimped on it and said, all right, these are enough tickets, it wouldn't have been the one.
Oh, that was easily Grandpa's ticket, really. When I think about it.
Grandpa came through.
Well, because I bought tickets and then he bought tickets.
Oh, so really?
So Grandpa really helped her win it.
Look at that.
I didn't tell her that, but
Yeah, you got to take the credit.
I got to take the W's when I can, man.
Yeah, you got to make sure that you were the one responsible.
Right. But it was fun, man. Like I said, I've never experienced a car show before, and I had a great time.
Yeah, it sounds like it was.
Yeah.
And you said it was down the street, so you didn't have to go far.
No, it was like a block from our house.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
Wow, that's it. You walked to that joint.
No, it's a long hill down.
Oh, you have to drive.
It's a long block down.
All right, fine. Well, I mean, I guess it's,
I'm not walking up that hill, BJ.
That's a good point. I don't blame you.
Let's not get crazy.
And I guess you can drive a car to a car show. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I didn't put mine on display.
Yeah. I don't know why you didn't.
I didn't think I'd have a chance of winning.
I don't know. I feel like I would have wanted to sit in it at least.
One of these, I don't know if the guy was just joking, if it was just like a goof. It was like basically like a race car. Oh, like the inside, you know how like when they change their seats to have like that race car vibe and everything inside is all like super, and then the back seat's gone because it's like all turned into
like a cage looking thing.
Right. So it's all set up like that, but on the outside he had like an Uber placard like thing that, and I'm like, is that just a joke or is this guy actually picking people up? Like, if somebody
is that his bag, like, hey, would you like to drive in a race car as I take you places?
Or if that's just his car and his side hustle is Uber driving, and that's his car though.
I don't know how I'd feel if he came up and I get in there and it's like a race car cage and like, you're gonna drive me to my okay.
I'd almost be like, yo, man, are we going fast or what?
Yeah, that's nuts.
I know. I was pretty impressed by that.
That was very cool.
That, and also shout out to some guy, I guess Brad, I looked on their face. It's Pure Motor Fest is the one that we went to.
Nice.
And the trophies that they made for all the winning cars were cool, like old car parts that they turned into trophies.
Oh, look at that.
Like all handmade. They looked really cool in person.
That'll save you some cash too. You don't have to go to the trophy shop. Just pull something out of your car.
Yeah, but I feel like
on a wooden block.
I feel like the time and energy probably more expensive.
Damn it! All right,
you really think it through. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, I'm going to give you my just little league plaque. Here you go.
Oh, the other highlight. So there's a bouncy house, right? And so
highlight for you. Who? You or for Tatum?
Tatum. She's in there. Good. Some other kid knocks her over.
Oh boy!
And I'm like, she just gets up and knocks that kid over. I've never been more proud.
Oh wow! So she's like, that's it.
They got along fine after that. It was almost like, let's just see who's the king of this bouncy castle. But I was just like, she just got up, knocked them back down. Anyway, I was hoping for some fisticuffs. No, I'm kidding. But
it's nice that she worked that out.
Yeah.
Sometimes as a parent, you go, how's this going to be? How's it going to go?
Well, then they both mutually cried about something, and then they eventually, then they were like best friends in there.
There's something to be learned about all that. You know what I mean? Without parental intervention, it seems like we can figure stuff out.
You knock me down, the parents say, hey, you guys knock it off. They start crying uncontrollably, and then everyone's a friend.
Yeah. I feel like that's probably not bad.
$3 well spent for that all-day pass at that bouncy castle.
$3. Look at you. And, $10 on the Lego thing. Any snacks?
Oh, yeah, dude. They had cupcakes.
Well, they better have stuff, yeah.
Dollar cupcakes.
Dollar cupcakes. Were they Mrs. Freshley's or homemade?
I don't think they were homemade, but they were nice.
Okay, hey, for $1, I'll take
chocolate and they had little Oreo cookies on them.
Oh, look at this!
I felt like they could have charged at least $3 for those things.
You got a good deal on that as well.
Popcorn, buck for a popcorn.
Buck for popcorn too. That's an affordable day.
You should have came out.
I didn't know what was happening.
Me neither, actually, until that morning. So.
Yeah. Again, I had to drive to Puyallup. I mean, if I'm not going to go to the fair, am I going to go to a Puyallup car show?
So he says, I know that bug that Migs is talking about. It's nuts. Dude, the
Volkswagen bug that Tatum got to sit in.
And they had even like old school like ambulances. Nice. And yeah, it was just like, it was a whole mishmash. Like it wasn't just one style of car.
Yeah, I saw a Model T. That was or at least looked like a Model T-ish kind of old school 1930s or 1920s car.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I saw that in the picture. One of those old things where you have to crank it maybe?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look, that's what
there were a couple cars from like the 30s.
Nice.
Those are the ones I was super nervous to have her near.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's like, I want to go in there. I'm like, no,
you really can't do that.
I don't want to have to pay anything for these things.
But then again, they bring them out to these events. They know kids are going to be there. I feel like
you're right.
At this point, I don't know who's the cotton candy's on whose hands at this point.
Yeah, it's self-imposed because everybody there that had their cars were like, couldn't be more proud to show these things off.
Yeah.
And some even had like free water for people to grab. Like that was cool.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Free water, $1 cupcakes, chance to win some Legos. All right.
Bouncy house.
Oh, I forgot about the bouncy
They even
house.
had a van that you could like pay for money and just beat the crap out of it, smash the windows.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, they had that set up.
I didn't know they had those setups at car shows.
I mean, I don't know about all car shows.
This car show did.
Yeah, I've wanted to go to a rage room so bad, which is essentially the same thing, but they used to do those for charity at my high school. They just bring an old beater car and you would pay $10 and you could go crazy with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, one of my wife's buddies, he's just like, I got here early and I got to break the windows.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? If you're going to do it, you got to get at least one window out of the deal.
Yeah, that is pretty wild.
By the time we got there, all the windows were done.
I'll tell you right now, I think this whole country could use a little rage room. There should be a rage room probably in every neighborhood. I think that would help us a lot.
You could see people with like a look of like they were glowing as they're just taking that sledgehammer to like a side of a car.
I bet.
But when you first don't realize what's going on, because I'm at a car show, so I'm looking at all these nice cars, and then I see this car with broken windows. I'm like, well, is this some kind of joke? Like, what kind of crappy car is this? And then all of a sudden, I see somebody with a sledgehammer go boom, and I'm like, oh, it's one of those things.
I would have been like, wait a second, why do people hate that guy's car?
Right, that's if you lose the car show.
That's what happens.
Last place gets their car demolished.
Damn, you get Legos if you win, your car demolished if you lose.
Oh,
seems like a fair trade. Yeah, that's there's a lot going on. That's a whole day right there.
It was a fun day. Yeah, nice weather too. Can't complain.
No, you're right. I mean, man, and cupcakes. I got to remember that.
Back to the cupcakes.
Well, I mean, everybody's got their own thing.
Somebody said, "Hey, please tell Vicky B happy birthday."
Thank you.
Is it your birthday today?
Is it really?
I guess it is.
Yeah.
According to everybody messaging me on Facebook.
How you doing with that? Keeping up on the social media?
Oh, yeah. No, not great right now.
I can't believe you're 34. Like, there was a time we couldn't even get you into a club when you first started here.
Literally, when I first started my internship, I was still 19.
That's nuts.
I was just about to turn
almost
20.
half your life you've been with us.
Oh, yeah.
That's insane.
Bonkers.
Yup.
Wow. Wow.
A lot of milestones with you guys. I turned 21 with you guys. I could drink. I turned 25. I could rent a car. And then my dirty 30.
Yeah. Look at that.
And now 34.
What do you call 35? Your nifty, flifty? I don't know.
I
don't know what we call
the
it.
Nifty, flifty?
Your jive 35? I don't know.
Yes, your jive 35. I've seen the balloons.
Yeah, we got to get those.
Yeah.
I will be celebrating my 35th birthday with an actual party. And I think it's going to be Golden Girls themed. Because it's 35, like right in the middle.
All right.
I'm going to start feeling old in a good way.
You're still feeling young, then throwing a Golden Girls party.
Oh, I think it'd be hilarious. Just a bunch of cheesecake, have everyone dressed as old people. It'd be hilarious.
One of the summer meltdowns at that festival I would go to in Darrington, where it's like mostly like just folk music during the day and then crazy EDM music at night. And Taryn and all of her friends were at the festival as well. We're all part of the same campsite. And 4 of the girls in the campsite dressed as members of the Golden Girls.
Oh, that's awesome.
And they did it, dude. They really nailed it. Like the wig, the dresses, like the glasses. I mean, if you did a double take or if you weren't sober, you would think there's like a 90-year-old woman just like hanging out in the campsite. So now fast forward to the late night tents where like the EDM music's going on. They're there just dancing, but they look like old women. It was so entertaining.
Wow. That's getting into the cosplay.
Because you would see as people walk by, because it wasn't like a theme for everybody. It was just these 4 girls dressed as the Golden Girls, and people would walk by and be like, "Who let their grandmas? And why are their grandmas still twerking right now?"
Hell yeah.
Like
That
it
is
was
so
hilarious.
awesome. Yeah, how many people didn't even know it was the Golden Girls? I wonder if Vicky saw them. She'd go, "Oh, that's totally Blanche." She would know.
The Blanche is always the promiscuous one.
Of
and then
course.
The shortest one has to be Sophia.
Yeah,
And she's going to be the spiciest one.
And so bizarre in that show. She was the same age as every one of them. But
Yeah, I think she
was
might have even been a little younger than some.
And she was the mother of
Yeah.
one of them, which
Yeah,
you're like
of Dorothy.
Yeah, that's so funny.
So I don't know what the hell this is, BJ. Someone just texted.
Oh, we got okay. All right, 206-803-ROCK. That's the number to text.
BJ, did you watch Ashoka? And what do you think?
Ashoka. Yeah, Ahsoka. That's the name of the show. It says Star Wars character.
Ahsoka. Oh,
Yeah.
I got dyslexic on it. I thought it said Ashoka, but you're right. The H comes before the S in this.
Yes, exactly. But I always spell it Ash myself, and so I'm with you, Steve. I always mess it up.
So this is a Star Wars thing?
It sure is. She is a character from the animated series. You never saw her in any movies. This is the first time it's the first time she's got her own featured show, though she's been on a couple of things. But Rosario Dawson plays the character. She's a beloved character from the Clone Wars and I believe Rebels. And so many people are so stoked because many beloved characters from those shows are actually making an appearance in Ahsoka. And I have to tell you, I don't know if it was my mood or whatever. I thought it was okay. I hope it gets a little better. It seemed a little slow.
How many episodes are you in on this?
They only had they dropped the first 2.
Oh, okay.
And that was last week. I think Tuesdays are when they do the new ones. Tuesdays or Wednesdays. And it's on Disney Plus.
That's crazy because Vicky showed me like the trailer, and the trailer looks like it's just like nonstop action.
I know, dude. It's so wild. And some of the action, even in the trailer, it was unnecessary, but they just do it because, hey, let me show you how badass this person is. But look, if you don't know the characters, and that could be a problem for people, that's why I think it might be slightly slow. A lot of people know these characters. I know a little bit about them. I didn't watch every animated show, and I also watched the catch-up video on YouTube just so I could go, okay, what's going on?
Oh, catch up. I thought you meant like the actual condiment.
I watched the ketchup and mustard little mayo video. But yeah, I mean, I think so far it's been well received. I hope it gets a little better.
Okay.
For me, anyway.
And usually Disney does do, whether it's Star Wars or even just Marvel, it is on Wednesdays is when they release the new ones. But this one, you were right. It was Tuesdays.
Yeah, I know. It's
So
just
don't be
screwed up my
confused.
whole schedule.
I know.
It's
Don't mess
so
it
weird
up.
for me, man, because I got my reminder on Wednesday, which means I'll be a day late. Yep. I got to change my reminder now. Freaking Disney. 206-803-ROCK. It is Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. Actually, you know what? No, we got an important thing going on because Ryan Castle is out today.
Okay.
What are we going to do?
Go home.
All right. I guess we go home when he's here anyway. But you know who is in for him? Taryn Daly. So here's a question that has to be asked. What do Taryn Daly and a burglary have in common? You're going to find out at 9:51 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
Ryan is out today, so the question is, what do Taryn Daly and a burglary have in common?
Both on occasion have been known to involve late night handcuffs.
Oh, wow. All right.
On occasion, not all the time.
All
Funny,
right.
if Brian was here, he'd have the same answer.
I guess it must be
You're probably
special.
right.
For different reasons.
Special occasions, holidays, perhaps, or,
Exactly.
family gatherings. I'm not sure when these handcuffs come out. I don't know.
So it said both are sneaky cats.
Yeah, they are.
True.
And both go for the booty. Pirate treasure, yes.
Oh, get it. Okay, I get it.
All about the Benjamins, baby.
Let's talk about Alan. He's a drug dealer from Pennsylvania, and he got arrested. And why did he get arrested? Well, because he called the cops to his apartment saying, hey, man, I was robbed. And the police say, yeah, he called us to his apartment. And he said, someone broke in, and they robbed me. And they go, okay, we'll come down and check it out. Then they were like, hey, we're looking around.
because, trying to see and we're noticing you have a lot of drugs here.
Oopsie.
Fentanyl, meth, marijuana, prescription meds that he didn't have prescriptions for, baggies, glass vials, paraphernalia. So
I'm looking at his mugshot, though. I can't get this out of my head. Are you related to this person?
Oh, no.
This looks just like... Danny, have you seen this?
No, we don't have another weirdo that looks like me.
Taryn, you got to look this up at KISW.com.
Don't DNA check. No, don't DNA check
Deal.
this guy.
It looks like you if you shaved.
Okay, no. All right. Taryn's up next with a 12-pack, and I have a brother probably who's an idiot.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's another question from a listener. I have a mountain of credit card bills and consumer debt. Can I still keep my house if I file bankruptcy?
Yes, you almost always can keep your home and your house, your car in a bankruptcy. Depending on what type of bankruptcy you file, would depend on whether or not, for example, you can keep your vehicles if you have payments on them still. You can almost always keep your home if you're current on the payments on your home, even in full bankruptcy. In Chapter 13, you can also keep those items. If you're behind on your house, you could catch your house payments up in a Chapter 13, take off a second mortgage in a Chapter 13. So keeping your primary assets like a home and car is almost always possible in bankruptcy.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. And thanks for listening.
What's up, everybody? Okay, do you guys know that even if we all ate the same and exercised the same, that we would all still look completely different? I'm Lacey Green. I'm a super trainer with Body. That's BODI.com. I'm telling you, this is something that you need in your life. The app isn't just about having a perfect body, because what is that anyway? It's about what we call health esteem. Feeling good about yourself right now, just as you are, as you work on the person you are becoming. Using Body's tools to find your version of happy and healthy. Body isn't just some software. It's people. It's trainers, nutrition, and mindset experts, and a community of other people just like you and me. And they even have my program for beginners only, which you have to try even if you've never worked out a day in your life. I'll get you off the couch and started on day one, finding the joy and dropping the judgment. And don't take my word for it. You can try it for free right now for 14 days at body.com. That's body with an I.com. Let's get up, get moving, and feel good. Woo!